time after time, which is why you will continuously see us time after time winning. Do the math on that. Do the algorithms on that. If we're so bad, we're so evil, we're doing all these things, we're killing old people and babies, and we're kidnapping women and trafficking. If we're doing all of that, why am I standing outside? Why am I not behind bars? Why are we not behind bars? And then the reasons that you got Chief behind bars ain't even true. Y'all could prove that. Y'all have been sending me the clips. Y'all have been sending me the videos of how she's lying. And that's all going to come to the surface. It's all going to come to the surface. You built something on a lie, it's going to fall. Y'all are feeding off of white supremacy, building off of white supremacy, and you're going to realize, just like money, just like the US dollar, there's no real value there. There's no real power there. The moment your phone doesn't work, you're doomed. The moment electricity or this dollar equals zero, you're food. You don't have a family. You don't have a team who's going to do this for you, no matter what, for free. Yeah, we about to go crazy. The women gonna be going. The women are gonna be speaking next. I'm not here to speak. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. Like I said, I'm really just here to keep y'all updated. Y'all can work with me as far as setting up interviews, anything like that. Talking about legal terms, just so y'all have the update. You know, I want everybody to know what's really going on. I want everybody to know what's really going on. He's detained. He was arrested. We all got detained. He's been arrested. 3 God has been arrested, and the charges is rape, false imprisonment, and basically revenge porn. 3 charges, 3 different charges, and none of them are going to stand up. Okay, but that's what we're facing right now. They won't even let us bond him out right now because of the charges, because of the laws that white supremacy has allowed to take effect. This is a type of power they give to the woman. They can just say something. You can just say whatever, and now a black man is locked up. And most black men don't have the support system that 3 God has. So they in there alone. No family, no help. Being charged for lies.
Hey, what's up, guys? I just wanted to go ahead and play that little small clip right there. I know you all had heard the news that Natureboy have been indicted, which you all know that I had called it. You know, I knew exactly, that no way he was going to go ahead and get out of that. The feds was going to go ahead and pick that up. Once they start denying his bond, which means that they was just holding out, because they know that they had something that they wanted to go ahead and make sure that it stick. And just like I said, and I'm going to say allegedly, but it's just a coincidence that the day that Natureboy was denied his bond, Solar was there. And I don't know if Solar, had something to do with it, but he said that he holds the light vote, and he also said, because of Natureboy, and what happened to his child. Hey, Frida, how you doing? Let me go ahead and put the link in. So I hope you all having a great day. We're going to go ahead and see if we can crack through this, because just like I said, I called it. I knew that something was going to happen, and you guys know that I called it, because anytime when they keep denying your bond like that, something is about to happen. And Solar, we can't tell people how to feel. He felt, because of his child. But the thing about it is that I just wish that Solar would have been spoken up, because all this right here, it could have been over with long time ago. But things happens. And now that the grand jury had indicted Nature Boy, they go into trial. So the only thing that can happen is that, Nature Boy, he's going to have to take a plea, because one thing, just like I had said before, okay, Frida, just like I said before, once the feds get something, it can be like 15 or 16 years. They're going to make sure that they have something that's going to stick. So quite obvious, they got something where they know that they're going to be able to tie Nature Boy to. And all those videos that Nature Boy had put out there, Nature Boy have nobody to blame but himself, because he pretty much incriminated himself. And even if he didn't actually do it, he was running a cult. And that's what they're going to hold him for. Just like he had those girls to beat up on each other. They're going to blame all that on Nature Boy because he was the chief. And just like I told you guys, they all should take some kind of accountability, because, just like Nature Boy said, if he go down, they all going down with him. And if you are that close under Nature Boy, then yes, you should go down. Because usually things like this happen when people are in trouble, they scatter. They are afraid. And we talked about all that. And I'm going to play some of the clips when Malia came out firing her and the other sister wives. They talked about that as well. You're going to know who your real friends are when trouble and when adversity and trials come. That's when you're going to know who your real friends, who's there for you. Because people, they can go so far with you, but some people, they just cannot go through the fire. Now, how Solar handled it, to me, yes, it is questionable, because he took it to social media. No way I would have taken this to social media. Just like I told you guys, if something like that would have happened, I would have just stayed off the radar, do what I have to do. And when it's time for me to come forth, maybe I would have wrote a book. So if anybody want to know my life story, all they have to do is just open up the book, pay me for it. But they come on social media because they think that this is a game. This is not a game. Anytime when you get the feds involved, trust me, it's not going to go away. And now that Nature Boy have been indicted, it's going to the grand jury. Naturia don't even have to do anything. Naturia, she can sit there and say that she want to go ahead and drop the charges. It doesn't matter. She can't. The door is open. And just like I had told you guys on several of my videos, all they needed was a crack. Someone to put a huge charge on him, knowing that they can get Nature Boy to stay in jail until they build up that case. I told you guys all, like, I know that I am a true prophet. All this stuff that's happening right now, I told you guys. I say no way in the world that Nature Boy was going to get out of this. Didn't I call it? I called it because I knew it. I knew somebody was going to stick him. And I told you guys it was going to be Solar. And the only way that they can stick Nature Boy, and that's through Zoka Baby. And that's why I told you guys they're going to get Nature Boy for the big R and the big M. Didn't I say it? I called it. I called it. You know, sooner or later, guys, y'all gonna believe me. Trust me. Hi, Frida.
Hello.
Yes, I'm so
How
glad to
are you?
hear. Frida is my right hand, my partner. You know, we're gonna go ahead and break it down. But you know, Frida, I already had broke this down, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I called it. Like I say, one thing. If I tell you something, guys, you can take it to the bank. And I don't have to go into a dark place to get anything. I hear it straight from the Most High God. And when God tells me something, trust me, you can bank on it. And many people used to tell me, well, why you used to do all this craziness on social media, talk about reality shows and all this stuff. Just like I told you guys, that the Most High God, how he works, he would take the foolish things of this world to confound the
To confound
wise.
them. Exactly.
And when I say
So,
the foolish things, you know exactly what I'm talking about, Frida. This stuff right here.
yes. And for all the answers, you ain't going to be able to go. Can y'all hear me pretty good? Because I'm
I
kind of
can I
far
can
from
hear
the.
I can hear you real good.
Okay, good. I can sit back and relax. I might turn the camera on after a while, but that sun is up again. So I like to say hello officially. I thought I had fixed the camera, but I see there's still a brown spot there.
Yes.
So I'm trying, guys. So just have patience with me. But yeah,
Yes.
I agree with what you were saying, every bit
Mhm.
of it.
And all they have to do is go and play my videos. It may not come out like you guys want it to come out, but I'm gonna speak what thus says the Lord. And he told me exactly what's gonna happen. He said, in order for Nature Boy to not get out of all this stuff that he's in, it's gonna have to take Solar. Didn't I say that?
Yes.
And soon
Yeah,
when I
he said.
said Solar, the next day, where Solar was in Atlanta, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. And I think I know why he was there. I don't know. I ain't got no psychic powers or
And
nothing
I'm
like
no,
that.
I'm not a psychic. I don't believe in psychics. You know, that's come out of darkness.
Yeah,
I have a spirit of
I believe
discernment.
they can do it, but you're right. I don't fool and I don't dabble in that either. But I know some people, they can tell you some things, but I don't dabble in it. You know.
Well, you're gonna know because the Bible says, "My sheep know my voice, and a stranger they would not follow." God uses
So,
prophets and prophetess. You know, he uses whomever he pleases, and he gonna warn you. He uses people. He uses a vessel. And some
that's right.
people they have gifts. Like I say, the devil, all this stuff that them people practicing. Yes, it is real because Satan is real. But like I said, you know, it will form, but it will never prosper. You can go dibble and dabble in all this witchcraft, all this magic and astrology and all this other stuff. Yes, it's gonna work, but
Yeah.
it's not gonna prosper. Only
Right.
what you do for the Most High God is gonna last.
But and let me tell you about the thing of with that. The devil will help you. He'll give you the answers to something. He'll even trick you like you in tune with the person, grandmother or something. They good imitators and everything. But what it is when you open up that line of communication, you open it up for other demons to come in and out.
That's
See,
why you have to have a spirit of discernment.
that's
You
why you
have
don't
to
mess
have a
around like that.
Yes, you have to have a spirit of discernment. Now, everybody does not have a same type of gift, but we all are part of one body. Your gift may not be
Right.
my gift, just like the
Exactly.
arms cannot do what the feet can do, the eyes cannot do what the ears can do, but it's all a part
Exactly.
of one body. It's how you use the gift. Some people use the gift to exalt themselves, like Nature Boy did. Nature Boy used the gift that the Most High God had given him because he is gifted. But
Yeah, he's gifted.
he used it to exalt himself. See, some people, it's just like with me. I asked God, I said, why I cannot see what other people could see in me. God said, it's not for you to see because, see, once you start seeing it, then you're going to start boasting in yourself. But
Right.
because it's like you have all the answers and you can see everybody else stuff, but you can't see your own stuff. And I asked the Most High God, why is that? But it's not for me to see. It's for me to open up my mouth and say what thus says the Lord. And God
Right.
told me, he said that Nature Boy was not going to get out. God told me it had to be Musa or Solar that was going to go, and they're going to make sure that they put the nail to his coffin. Now, if I didn't say this, honey, I might as well just shut it down. And I give the Most High the glory, because now Nature Boy only have one choice. Hey, Natasha, Coco, thank you guys for coming in.
Hi,
Like I said,
Natasha.
I just let God have his way. And when God speaks to me, trust me, you could take it to the bank. And just like with all that happened with this girl, well, why you couldn't see what this girl was doing to you? I saw it, but sometimes we be anxious for stuff. That's why the Bible say be anxious for nothing. Sometimes we like to go ahead of God and get ourselves in a world of trouble. Like I say, I am not under the anointing 24/7. But one thing I
Right.
do know is that the Most High God told me to tell these people that follow this channel, to tell them that Nature Boy was not going to get out. It was going to be Solar and Musa, and I'm gonna say a legend. This all comes from the spirit, that they was gonna put the nail to the coffin. But see, Musa, he backed off. But see, Solar, he felt like he needed to come forward because of what had happened to his child. And like I said, Solar is not going to get out of it. It's going to be more arrests. Now that
He-
Nature Boy have been indicted, they're going to arrest more people. And
But
most
he
likely
turned.
just,
But what Solar has done is for him not to get charged or anything. He's working with the state
yeah,
now.
he's an
So
informant now. Most, and we say
right. So
allegedly. We don't know,
he, he would.
allegedly.
I'm pretty sure he's smart enough
Mm-hmm.
to know that that to say, okay, if I start talking, y'all not gonna make me pay. I'm doing this so that anything y'all had against me, I'm gonna help you. I'm working with you. That's all that is. If that's what's taking place, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
We just assuming that that's what's taking place. That's why he's
Well,
back in
well,
Atlanta.
most likely, they're not going to try a case without witnesses, with people on their side. So quite obvious, just like I told you guys, they're gonna have to find someone that broke bread with Nature Boy, like the ones that came in and left. Yeah, they're gonna take their statement,
Yeah,
but they looking for someone that slept with him, someone that broke bread with him, someone that was right there.
right,
And the only ones that they can use is the men. And the only reason why I say the men is because most of the women that they had that was close under Nature Boy, they was considered as Nature Boy's wives. You understand?
right. But there's only one legal wife though. United
Velvet,
States don't
yes,
play that.
Velvet, yes, Velvet. And if they use Velvet, that would be stupid, because no attorney, like I said, a good attorney, they will use a wife, because you don't know how that case can go,
Right.
especially when you
But
put someone that is still legally married. Because what I have heard, that not Nature Boy, Velvet is still legally married.
yes, she
Yeah,
is.
they're
Yes,
gonna
she
follow the
is.
money trail, and the reason why they're gonna follow the money trail is because Nature Boy and Lawyer had and Aya, like I said, Aya, don't leave Aya out. Most likely they might come and arrest every last one of them that stayed in carbonation. And the reason why is because they were so close under Nature Boy, so they know where the bodies are. So most likely it's gonna be every last one of them that's going to get arrested. Either they get arrested or they're going to go
And then,
ahead and take a plea.
and then
So
did you
most
see
likely
Velvet
they're
told?
going to take a plea, huh?
And then I don't know if you saw the news clip where Velvet told News 11 that he forced her to marry him,
Well,
and he
I
forced
don't I
all.
don't believe that. Like I told you, and I know how things work. people do a lot of stuff out of fear, and especially our people. See, they knows exactly how to work overtime on us. All they have to do is threaten us, we'll start gurgitating everything out of us. And that's how they play with us.
Oh
They
yeah,
use
but
that fear tactic.
yeah,
They
they gonna
tell them,
start
look, if you,
pulling.
they'll tell you way before trial, if you don't do this, this is gonna happen to you. And
Oh
quite
yeah,
obvious, what we gonna do? Start singing like a bird. So most likely,
exactly.
they told Solar, which they know they couldn't prove it because, like I said, you have to have a trial. They probably told Solar, look, this is what's going to happen. We already know what's going on, and you're going to have, like, we about to put 72 or whatever, how many charges on you, and you're not gonna see the day of light. And what he's gonna do? He's gonna say, "Well, I'm gonna start spilling my guts." And what you seeing Solar doing? Spilling his guts, right?
Yeah, he Solar is the one that's gonna, I believe that Solar really believe what he's doing is the right thing. Now, them other two, I mean, most of them, I don't trust most of them as far as I can throw them. I don't trust any of them because
Mm-hmm.
I tend to feel a little sorry for Solar for a little bit because watching them the last few months, I could see that he was really struggling with himself. Really, really,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What I
he
don't
was
like
really
about
struggling.
what I don't like about what Solar did. Let me read some of the messages. They're going to follow the money trail. Velvet sent divorce papers. He's not signing. So they say Velvet sent. Well, even if Natasha, that does not really work like that. Velvet, all she have to do is go before the court and they will grant her a divorce. And the reason why they will grant her a divorce because number one, she was in a cult. And number two, she was in an abusive relationship and everything is recorded. So Velvet does not have to send no papers to anyone. All Velvet have to do by herself is go before the judge, go before the court, and they will grant Velvet a divorce right there because of on those grounds. So that's how it works because she came from out of a cult. And she said Velvet gave them information too. Of course, yes, she gave them information, but
It,
any
it's
attorney
not
that
hard
will
to get
use
a
Velvet,
divorce.
go
It's not
ahead,
hard
go
to
ahead.
get a divorce. I got a divorce from
No,
my
no,
first
you
husband.
don't need nobody. You don't need anyone. You don't even need the man to come with you to get a divorce. Not these days, especially when you was in an abusive situation or
Exactly.
if you was in
I
a
think they
cult.
got like six
Yeah,
months. They had like 6 months to respond or something. They can't hold your life up like they used to could
yeah,
forever. People can get a divorce, even if it's a
yeah.
year. These people just don't want a divorce.
Yeah. Now, the only way that it will hold up if they had something, like community property, something like that.
Right. But
If they
we know
had
they ain't
something,
got
yeah, they ain't got nothing.
right.
And that's the
So
only way that's the only thing that can hold up a divorce if they had something, but they ain't got nothing to show for.
exactly. The only thing me and my husband had in common was our little boy. And I wanted
Yes.
money for clothes and whatever. That just I didn't want nothing from him in the first place, just to get his name off of my name.
Yes. And when it comes to the child, quite obvious, they're gonna go ahead and give Velvet full custody of the child. So they're not gonna fight that either. They're gonna go ahead and grant her a divorce, but she don't have to file anything. All Velvet have to do is march her tail to the courthouse and go before the judge, and the judge gonna say divorce is granted. That's it.
And she may have for what we know,
Yeah, I
because
don't.
I
Yeah, I
got
don't
I
know. And Velvet's
yeah,
very private when it comes to her personal life, so you
certain
never know
things,
what's
yeah.
going on. Certain
Certain
things.
things, yeah.
Oh, she's very private about all stuff. Anything that she comes on is because when she in need of something. But you could see in Velvet face that she hates to come online. Only reason why she do it because, like I told you, they think that the universe is supposed to go ahead and take care of them.
Right. When she needs something, when the mice and stuff driving her crazy and
Yeah,
stuff,
when
or
it's time to pay the rent of something she's behind on, if her account don't look like it should, then she's gonna come online with some kind of sob story because that's how they likes to go ahead and play it. But you
right,
see,
'cause she's
this
got a
is
smart. She really got a smart little mouth. And let me tell you, me and Velma was born on the exact same day, February 17th.
come
Now
on.
we don't have to go. We don't got to go into the years, but so I sort of see. Velvet could be wise to a degree, like a lot of us. Like I got a
Mm-hmm.
sister. My oldest sister is born 7 days. Like hers is on 11th, mine's on the 7th. But we two different things. We two different Aquarius, which I don't do the sign stuff or nothing. But I'm just telling you what they say. Sign. I was born under Aquarius, and
Mm-hmm.
that she was born under Aquarius, and that was my sister. But my sister, we the total opposite. Like my sister, she'll fight in a minute. She be ready looking for a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I'm trying to talk my way out of a fight because I
Mm-hmm.
can't fight as good as her. And
Mm-hmm.
I noticed in our wisdom, and I like you can use that wisdom for good or you can use that wisdom for bad. That common sense that they tend to have, because I noticed where some decisions I make that my sister will take the other one, and then she'll see that maybe she should have made my decision, but we don't. I don't, go back and
Mm-hmm.
it's whatever it is. But I just noticed some things in Velvet, just as my oldest sister, and they have a way of getting stuff out of you, making people want to do stuff for them.
Mm-hmm. And
Not me. I never felt comfortable with asking people for stuff. I just never felt comfortable doing that.
well, see, they was taught that, that's part of their teaching. Part of their knowledge is that they don't have to work for Babylon, the government. They don't have to have a 9 to 5 job like the regular person. They
Right,
believe that all they have to do is just eat and breathe. Just, the universe is going to take care of them. Which, like I say, we do that in a spiritual realm too, because if you like Nature Boy have a gift of speaking. So quite obvious, his teaching, and the stuff that he bring out there, yes, people gonna get paid for it. Just like, I'm doing a blogging, of course I want to get paid for it, because who gonna sit there and even that scripture gonna go there and apply a field with and you're gonna be muzzled. What ox do you know that's gonna apply a field and be muzzled? No, if you working, you're gonna eat. You're not gonna
right,
plot. You're not gonna work in a field and not gonna don't want to expect to eat. But when it comes to Velvet really does not have anything to offer. Now they did say Velvet used to make beads and she got lazy and she slacked off on that. Her sister said that she didn't come across on some of the stuff that she needed to come across on, and it was kind of shady. And I will say allegedly. Now, when it comes to Nateria is gifted, hands down. This girl have a voice from heaven. She can
and
sing.
Velvet is gifted too, But hey, we
Was
all
she gifted,
gifted.
and what is her gift?
She can do that material, that little beads and paint.
Yeah, the bees,
She
but
can,
they
she
say
can
she
draw too.
slacks off on it. She don't like to do it.
Right. They want somebody to give something to them now. All of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden, she got 2 babies, and I know it's hard because I done had 3 babies. So
Mm-hmm.
I know it's hard, but I never expected nobody. They daddy
Mm-hmm.
was gonna take care of them. Number one, he the one got the enjoyment out of bringing them in here. So now, so I didn't expect nobody else to help me doing nothing. I ain't saying I got service with that first one because when I divorced his dad, he wasn't giving me no child support. So I know how it is to struggle.
Mm-hmm.
I struggled with that first boy of mine. And his
Mm-hmm.
dad wouldn't help me out at all. If I wasn't going to be with him, he wasn't going to give me a dime. He said that. And
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't even take care of his son.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I still didn't think that I didn't even go to my parents and ask them every blue moon. I would say, can you help me with some Pampers or something? But I didn't even feel right going that. It took a lot out of me to ask people for anything. It really
Mm-hmm.
did.
But see, that's the way that they was taught, to not work. So, hey, Rachel, how you doing? Glad you are here. Frida, Rachel's speaking to you as well.
Hi, Rachel. How are you?
Yes. So what we talking about is Nature Boy. He have gotten indicted. Now we know that it's going to go before the grand jury. The only thing that Nature Boy can do now is take a plea because quite obvious, they got something kind of evidence, something that they got on him now. So, he can't get out of it. And once the feds take it, just like I said, they got something on you because the feds does not move like the state. All they
Right.
needed, and I already had said it that, I'm gonna go ahead and say it again. All they needed was someone to go ahead and open the door. And Materia opened the door. Now they in full force. Now all kinds of skeletons gonna be falling out the closet because out of fear, people gonna talk. And like I said, the ones that was in and out of carbonation, yeah, you know, they statement is good, but they looking for someone that was in that camp. And to me, if you look at it as a spiritual point of view, just look at it as spiritual. This happened in the Bible. Look when Jesus had got arrested, and Nature Boy is far from Jesus, and I don't think he the Antichrist in him either. I think that Nature Boy is someone that had got all these young people to worship him, and he felt like he was God. That's what I think he did. Felt like he was God, but now they all see that he was far from God. They see now because if he was God, then he should have a power to save himself.
But
But
see, when he first started that, he wasn't calling himself God. He was
that's what I
telling them they
said.
could get off
Yes,
the grid. Yeah, that they
yes.
can get off the grid and everything. That this is Babylon is going to fall, which he's right. That's
He
what
was
caught
right.
my
His
eye.
message was right. Yes, his message was right, and I liked it. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I liked it, some of his teaching. But the thing about it is, like I called it, when you start exalting yourself above the Most High God, then the glory of God departs from you. So no way in the world that he was hearing from God because he exalted himself above the Most High God. And anytime when you does things like that, you are spiritually dead. You are spiritually dead. So he was only running off of what he heard, what he was searching on the internet, because God was not speaking to him. And by he having all these young people and getting as much punani as he can and getting men to do whatever he wanted them to do, what they did was they exalt themselves above the Most High God. And what Nature Boy did could have been so beautiful. Out there in those jungles, they could have been prosperous. They could have had farms. They could have had babies. They could have done something where it would have, all I can say is, I have not seen, ear have not heard the things that God has for those that love him, if he would have done right by the Most High God and done right by them people. But what he did was he let his ego and his narcissist get the best of him. And that's what took him out. Like they say, pride comes before the fall.
I just want to know what this knowledge is that you're going to keep. Because if you ain't teaching me when Babylon fall, how to make a fire, if I can't get no matches or no gas or nothing like that, if you're not teaching me how to grow those vegetables and how to protect myself when that rain start coming down, so what really is your knowledge? Because I don't need to see. That's the same thing that got Adam and Eve in trouble. The Most High warned them not to mess with the tree of knowledge. It was
Yeah,
not for us to know everything. He got everything under control for us to just live, eat, and be happy, enjoy our surroundings, and we had dominance over all of the beasts. But that wasn't enough,
yeah. And
especially for
look what,
Eve. Eve took
yeah,
that bit. She got the knowledge, which wasn't the fruit, but she opened up that knowledge, and then she gave it to Adam, and that's what started the downfall of man. So
yeah.
it
Look
was
what
never
Andrew say, keep
knowledge.
the knowledge no matter what you do, keep the knowledge. And Natasha say he twisted the teaching to benefit him. He allowed that sex demon to rule over him. And that's what happened. It always happened. It never fails. It never fails. We allow the flesh to take control of us.
See, it's the knowledge now that got us with these cell phones. That's got us with all these towers and stuff, and got us so
Mm-hmm.
we can't live without checking in on media all
Yeah.
day every day. So where's the family at? Family, we don't make time for family and stuff anymore. I mean, it's just out of hand. We all doing and
Yeah.
five up here, four of us head is in our whatever our cell phone, our tablet or something. I guarantee you, all of us right now, even me, my husband probably on his telephone. My baby boy is in there on his computer, and I got a computer sitting right there, but I'm on my phone. But I'm just saying, we are all so consumed with what? What is this
Hmm.
knowledge giving us?
And
What is
look what.
knowing what planet you in? Because look, people that studying the stars and talking about they love life depending on what moon this other person is. I never in my life looked up anything, and me and my husband has been married for 32 years. Now we've been together. We was together 4 years before we said I do. Our little boy was 2 years, almost 2 years old before we said I do the second time. So I don't know nothing about the stars and nothing like that. But those people that searching the stars, they can't keep no marriage.
No, no, it brings them into a depression, a dark place. Anytime when you have to seek astrology and seek things like that, it brings you into a depression because they live off of that. They actually believe all this stuff. This stuff tell them, if the astrology they read, their horoscopes tell them that they're not going to have a good day today, they gonna believe that. And that's what that's where it goes wrong. You're gonna hit a roadblock. You're gonna hit a brick wall with stuff like that. But Latosh has said he twisted teaching to benefit him. He allowed that sex demon to rule over him. And see, that's about Nature Boy. Nature Boy, he did not practice what he preached. He did not practice what he
Exactly. Why
preached.
would I follow you? Why would I listen to the words you tell me,
Hmm.
and you're not even living that lifestyle? That's like
Hmm.
you telling me, okay, don't you eat no pork, and I'm sitting up there
But you
watching
going to eat,
a good
you
old
eating pork.
barbecue, a big old greasy bit of pork barbecue just slobbing all
Yes.
down your face and stuff. But you telling me don't eat pork? No, if you don't walk that talk, if you doing all that evil and stuff and slapping people, hitting people,
Hi,
berating people.
Rhonda. How you doing? Look at Rhonda.
Hi, Rhonda.
Yes. I'm gonna just go ahead and
So if
in
you
case
don't
they
walk your
wanna
talk, why would I follow
come,
you? I'm
just
sorry,
just
Andre.
put the link.
Uh,
If she want to come on, she can put the link. I'm gonna just put the link.
yeah, come and
But
join
like,
us.
yes, but like I said, a lot of stuff like this, they have a form of godliness, but they deny the power thereof. And when it comes to Nature Boy, he could have done real good out there, but he allowed his flesh to get the best of him, and he started misusing his power. And
And
he's
come
not the
on,
first. And
Nature Boy
hmm,
didn't get no knowledge. He didn't do like um um. Let's see. The Islam said that he found some plates. Let's see. The Muslim, not the Muslim, but the Mormons. They said that I mean, he went and copied stuff off of the YouTube. Okay, he went and
hmm,
Googled stuff. Ain't nothing.
hmm,
He came up with nothing.
hmm.
He
Thinking
went and
about.
got.
Let me tell you a story. This is a true dream. I don't know if this dream though. It happened to me when I was a child, because I remember when I used to lay down, it was like a tablet, that was just trying to come to my face. And I used to always try to push it back. I didn't understand that. And I used to ask God when I got older, I say, God, give me that vision again, or that dream, or whatever it was. It was just like a tablet, like you used to see Moses walking around. It was just coming to my face. And as a child, I used to just push it away. But I knew that I had a gift from God because my mom have a gift from God, and you like I say, we misuse a lot of stuff because we didn't understand it at the time. You understand? We didn't
Yeah,
understand at the time. And even my mom have a gift. She have a gift in, she can interpret dreams, and I'm a dreamer too. God uses me to that's why when I make my videos, you know, I make my videos, it's like it's you there. It's like a movie.
yeah.
It like it tells a
I
story
know what you
because
mean. I
yes,
know what you're
because
trying to explain. Like
yes,
me, I'm a
I'm more of a
I don't call
dreamer.
myself
I'm more of a
a
dreamer.
dreamer. I call
Hmm.
myself he give me visions, like things
Okay,
that's
Rhonda.
gonna come that's gonna come to fruition.
Yes.
Like I saw destruction and stuff. I used to see and I used to see when I was like 12 or 13 years old, like
Hmm.
it came in like a wave pattern, like almost like you like you see on some of those like cartoons or something when they finna
Yeah.
go to another scene or something. That's what I would see stuff like just destruction, and I could almost
Hmm.
see us like almost superhuman. Like we started being able to do things. We came out of a slump. That's the
Hmm.
kind of stuff, and like that we would be able
Yeah.
to like I mean almost jump like Michael Jordan. That's the
Yeah.
kind of
Let me
moves
play
and
some
stuff.
more of the. I'm gonna play some more of this video because Solar started off strong, and like I said, stuff happens because when you get the in trouble, people starts off with you, and once the heat start, it's just like Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. Some people can go through the fire, and some people can't. And I think that the fire was too high for Solar, which he also was covering Nature Boy. He wanted to be Nature Boy. You could see that spirit all over him, just like Zoka and them had talked about it last night. But you and I already had talked about it that Solar wanted Nature Boy's life. Didn't we talk about that?
Yes, we
You
did.
could see we talked about that. Soon I say, if I had your phone number, I would have called you. I say, soon in a minute, you and I got off the internet. Zoka and the rest of the sister wife, well, Malia and Zoka, they was on fire, man. They
Yes.
was on fire last night. We're gonna go ahead and talk about that. Now I don't know no universe. You know anybody by the name of universe? Just tell us your name. 'Cause, I only let the ones that know. I talk to all the time on the platform. If I don't know you, I really don't let you on the platform.
Did
So
you see what Rachel said?
yeah. Who is
She
Rachel?
said she
Yeah,
been dreaming
Rachel. I've been
dreams.
dreaming dreams of God warning me and answering me since I was 11 years old. And Rachel, we're gonna set up a panel about this because I am a dreamer, and everything that I have today, the Most High God already told. He told me to draw it out, or I dream it, and it come to pass. My son is a dreamer also, and people be thinking that I be sleep. I don't be sleep. It's just that God be showing me visions. And I'm gonna open up a panel one day, and you and I gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I'd
Also,
like to hear some of Rachel's
yes, yes,
warnings and stuff because
yes,
I was about 12 and 13. I remember I was still in elementary. I was walking home from
yes,
school one day, and I don't know if it was a day
yes.
earlier
It
or
is
something.
real. It is real.
Yeah, and it was just girl, me and another girl. I still remember her name today. I ran up to her. I said,
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know why I did that, but after I saw that wave and
Mm-hmm.
started seeing visions, I ran up to her and I said, "The world is going to end like that."
Yeah,
And I'm
but
like
see, that's
12
why
years
Rachel
old.
taking. That's why you guys taking a liking on me because, like, we have kindred spirits. Because the
Yeah,
Bible says that my sheep know my voice, and a stranger they will not follow. And see, that's why I asked the Most High God. I say, God, send me people like minded. People after God's heart. And Rachel came and said that she's a dreamer, and I am a dreamer also, and I can interpret your dreams. And God shows me vision. When God shows me stuff, believe me, you can go ahead and take it to the bank. Even all the stuff that happened to my life with my business, when all that stuff had happened with my business, God already showed me. God said, clean your business up, get these people out, how they were sabotaging from the inside out. God even showed me that it was like uh all kinds of stuff that was going to happen. I saw that. He even told me to rest. He told me don't even start another business. He said rest. And sometimes when you don't hear, listen to the voice of God, and you do things your own way, then things like that happens. You understand what I'm
right,
saying? And when
right.
even God used a confirmation. He called my sister. He told my sister, tell me to rest. And start running your own stuff. Stop having people, all these unfamiliar people coming in your business, and people that thinking that they of God, like the church people. Those was the worst devils.
Right,
Those was the
right,
worst devils
right.
I had in my business. But let's go ahead and play a little more, okay, of what Solar is saying, okay?
Okay, go ahead. Let's
All
do it.
right. Wait, let me see if I can get it started. Wait, I might can't get it started now.
Continuously see us time after time, which is why you will continuously see us time after time winning. Do the math on that. Do the algorithms on that. If we're so bad, we're so evil, we're doing all these things, we're killing old people and babies, and we're kidnapping women and trafficking. If we're doing all of that, why am I standing outside? Why am I not behind bars? Why are we not behind bars?
Oh, wow.
And then the reasons that you got Chief behind bars ain't even true. Y'all could prove that. Y'all have been sending me the clips. Y'all have been sending me the videos of how she's lying. And that's all going to come to the surface.
Now you see how the devil works?
Yes.
You see how the devil works, right?
Yes.
All this stuff that he was saying somebody else did, he turned around and did it himself.
Yes. I had forgot about that
From
clip
the
right there.
host.
He was standing right outside that jail, county jail.
And let me see. Love letter from Hades. I comment all the time. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and let you because all right. How you doing, universe?
Hi, how are you?
Doing pretty good. It's just that I'm very cautious about my spirit. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. No
Yes,
worries.
I'm very cautious when it comes to my spirit, because I am a true prophet of God, and not too many people can come near me. You understand?
Yeah, I
and
get it.
and
No
and you got
worries.
to be cautious, especially me. I am so easily to let somebody in, and when I let them in, it look like it's just all kinds of
Yeah.
stuff just happened. But I'm
Let's
glad you're here on the panel.
right.
Welcome.
Let's hear her out.
Go
Let's see
ahead.
if he's sent her. Let's see
I
who he.
was just, I was just gonna say that I left a comment about how Solar when he said, oh yeah, about the donations and stuff. That was his mask. It fell off just slightly in that moment. And you was just talking about that. It was so ugly when he said that. It was just so ugly, and it just reminded me everything about Nature Boy. Like, you could see his true intentions. He said all that spiel about being loved, but at the end of the day, it's about them donations. That's
Mm-hmm.
it. And it got me thinking. You want donations, but what have you donated? What have
Mm-hmm.
you donated, Solar? Even
Mm-hmm.
if, like, have you ever done, like, when was the last time you offered somebody who was struggling some food or some water? Because the knowledge is out there. It's not something we can't get. I mean, it's all over the internet. But if you're gonna call that, a source of giving something to people, no, I don't agree with that. But when he said, yeah, them donations, I was like, what? It was so ugly and just so, like, you could see the ugliness in the spirit when he said that, because you could see the motivation of greed. You know what I mean?
You talking about when he was on a panel with Kite and them, and he asked for a donation?
Yes, it was
I know.
so
Yeah, I talked
ugly.
about that. That was weird. That was so
Yes.
crazy.
It was so
Yes.
ugly. I mean, it was past weird.
Universe, can you go closer to the mic because I barely can hear you?
Yeah, I said it was so ugly. Like, it was past weird. It was just like a ugly, like, it was like the mask, like, it just fell off just a little bit, where his
Mm-hmm.
true, because the true intentions, they're always going to show, they're always going to come out, they're always
Yes.
going to come out at some point. So you can make a whole spiel about being loved, but that one split second of you saying that, and the intention and the energy behind all of that, it just showed who you really are. A fraud. You're a fraud, Solar.
Yes,
You're
he
no
is a
better than
fraud.
Nature
Yes, he
Boy.
is a fraud. But see, the Most High God already showed me, and even Nature Boy talked about that. Guys, if y'all can find that video, oh God, I feel the Spirit of God right
And you
now.
right, you right
Oh
about
my
that,
God, I
about
just feel
how
the Spirit of God right now.
you right about him always wanting to be Nature Boy. You can always tell by his
Yes,
demeanor in all the
yes,
videos. His demeanor.
yes. If you guys out there can find me the video of Nature Boy saying that Solar was going to be the one to portray him,
Oh
I
yeah, yeah, yeah,
promise you, I
yeah,
will
yeah,
make it come alive. I will
yeah,
make that video come alive. If
yeah.
you all can find that
Yeah, I
video,
always think about that video too. I always think
yes,
about that video
Nature
too.
Boy talked about that. Nature Boy says Solar was going to be the one that was going to betray him. And like I said, I don't condone some of that stuff that Nature Boy did because, like I said, you don't put your hands on nobody. You don't do that. But want me to tell you, Solar wanted Nature Boy's life. He was
Yeah,
covering Nature Boy's blessing. But
yeah.
Solar, I'm telling you right now that you could never be considered as a chief. And the reason why you could never be considered as a chief
Never.
because you don't have the genes. Only the children of the
Period.
Most High God. Your genes is you are not qualified. And I hope you guys, I'm not talking loud, but there's a spirit that's talking through me right now in the name of Jesus. This
You're
guy,
good.
Solar,
You're
Yeah,
good.
he's
You're
got
good.
he doesn't have.
Solar
He
could
already gave
never.
up that power
He
when he
could
decided
he
not to.
never had it, my sister. He
Yeah,
never had it because of his genes. Listen to me what I'm saying. It only comes from the black man, from the original children of Israel. You understand what I'm
I agree with
saying?
that. I agree with that.
And he does not, his genes is not pure. His genes are
He's
not.
hybrid. He's
Thank you.
hybrid.
He's a mutt. He's a mutt. Now you got what I'm saying, right? Y'all understand it. Now go ahead.
Yeah, yeah.
Hybrid
I
is a
agree.
better word.
Well, I'm gonna say a mutt. The president of the United States, Obama, called him a mutt, so I'm gonna say a mutt. Now go
Yeah,
ahead,
Yeah.
my
I
sister.
can agree with that. I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that.
And he wanted Nature Boy's life. No,
So bad.
I was looking at all the pictures. I'm talking so loud with my husband running in here, guys. um I was looking at all the pictures, and as I was looking at the pictures, the Holy Spirit was showing me Solar, everything, his demeanor. Nature Boy, I mean, this dude wanted to be Nature Boy. He wanted to be chief. He wanted to be God. He wanted to be Nature Boy life. And that's why every time when Solar was coming on, he was even trying to flex like Nature Boy. And that's why he's doing all that talking, because he thinks that he got the knowledge. No, dude, you don't have the knowledge. All
Somebody
you
got,
are doing is mimicking. You are mimicking
Yeah,
everything that
mimicking,
came out of,
mimicking,
that's all
mimicking.
you doing.
Yeah,
D.
yeah.
Miss D, somebody got some bad. Oh, it's better now. Okay.
Hmm. Go
But yeah,
ahead.
he wants to be bigger. He wants to be bigger than Nature Boy, but he don't have that gift of gab like Nature Boy do.
No,
He.
no, no.
Man,
He
I'm
could
telling
never
you,
be.
while he waiting to get famous, he better go work at the taco stand or something.
Want me to
Cause
tell you why he'll never be it? Because just like them girls said, you're gonna know them. And when the heat comes on, they start running. Just like she said, when they all ran away, now Nature Boy know who's for him. See, sometimes the Most High God would allow things to happen, trials and tribulations to come into your life. And you want to know who are your real friends, because your real friends gonna stick closer to you in a brother. And when the heat comes on, they're gonna go all the way with you. And he ran, and not only did he ran, he ran his mouth. He's not to be touched. He's not on the streets. You're not gonna survive like that, bruh.
and,
And
and
like I
that and
said,
that and that video that you're talking about that day that he slapped Solar because Solar said I was on the phone. He said I don't give a f what when I call you, you come, you drop everything. I don't care if the president of the United States is calling you. He said don't you f. He said you want to beat me, don't you? He said you
yep.
want to take my place.
Find
He
me
said
that.
you want me
Find me
dead,
that
don't you?
video. Find that video for me, and I promise you, I'll make it come alive.
That's the one. So if anybody, I'm gonna help her. I'm gonna look for it.
Find
I'm
that
gonna look
video,
for it.
and I promise you, I'm gonna make it come alive. But Solar, he's a fraud, just like they said, he's a fraud. And what Nature Boy did, I'm not gonna uphold Nature Boy. Nature Boy, what he did was wrong, because I have two kids that's in the military. I have my son was in the Marines and my daughter in the Army. And when I went to one of their trainings, when my son was getting sworn in the Marines, this is what one of their sergeants told them. He said, everything that your mama or you ever was taught, when you complete your training, we're gonna wipe it out. Like we're gonna wipe it all out, because only thing you're gonna know is what we put in you. You understand? That's what the soldiers told them.
That's
They
exactly
in
what
pretty
that's
much the
exactly what
Marine was
Nature
saying
Boy.
that they're gonna brainwash you. So I understand what Nature Boy was saying, and that's just how the Most High God is. God will break you. He will break you to pieces and mold you back together so He can pour back the oil of joy, the garment of praises. You know, sometimes the Most High God got to crush you in order to rebuild you. But where Nature Boy went wrong is Nature Boy put his hands on these people, and he started exalting himself above the Most High God. And that's when the glory of God had departed out of him. And all he have to do right now is repent.
I'm sorry about the phone, guys. It's so far away. By the time I get up and get it, it'll stop ringing. I hope it's not too
Mm-hmm.
disturbing.
Mm-hmm. Natasha said, I
But
know exactly what you are talking about. Come on, Natasha, break it down. Yes, break it down. But that's why they said you have to be very close who people you allow in your camp, because there's always those snakes
did
that's
our
in your camp.
other panelists leave, D?
Yeah, she had left. I guess she just felt like she wanted to tell that, and then she leave.
Oh,
But
okay.
you have to be very careful of who you let in your camp.
Yes, he
You have
did
to be
slap
very
Solar.
careful.
Yes, he did. Rachel said, did he actually slap Solar? Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm.
And he had Jax or somebody to slap Musa or Zola. Solar, one
Mm-hmm.
of them. Yeah, they just
Yeah,
started
now
slapping
that's where he went
crazy.
wrong at, because you don't put, if you sitting there, you running a military, just your voice alone could get them in straight. You don't have to put your hands on anyone, because when you
And
put your
then,
hands on someone, that's physical right there, and
then
that's
Solar was saying that
you don't
he was
do that.
Solar said he put hands on them right in front of the camera, but we couldn't see it. He was holding
Mm-hmm.
like to a side, and they would have to pretend like he ain't just
Mm-hmm.
stole on them or something. He
Mm-hmm.
was always doing Malia like that. I could tell he would always hit that
Mm-hmm.
girl. When that
And that's
policeman
why he's
pulled
in
up
a
that time,
predicament that's why he's in a predicament that he's in now, because he allowed his ego to take the best of him.
yeah, that spirit just took really control over him. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he stopped doing anything. He was funny when he was
Mm-hmm.
playing Bishop, and I mean when he was playing Dr. Bishop and some he's funny. You know, he could have been
Okay,
anything.
Trees, please show me how to share, because I don't know how to share my screen. She said she's gonna show me how to share my screen, because I don't know how to
Oh,
share it.
see, I can't
Yeah,
help with that either.
yeah. But like I say, God gonna send the right people into your
Yeah,
pathway. But
yeah.
getting back to Solar,
She said she showed you how to share it. Did she show you how to
no, she
share it?
said I showed you how to share your screen. No, not yet. I guess she gonna have to show me. She said I showed you how. I guess she's saying I'm gonna show you how, because I don't know how. But you want to hear a little more? What about Malia? You want to hear
Yeah.
the part? Yeah, let me see if I can play that. Because I don't
It's
know how
all
to.
gonna come to the surface. You built something on a lie, it's going to fall. Y'all are feeding off of white supremacy, building off of white supremacy, and you're gonna realize, just like money, just like the US dollar, there's no real value there. There's no real power there. The moment your phone doesn't work, you're doomed. The moment electricity or this dollar equals zero, you're food. You don't have a family. You don't have a team who's gonna do this for you, no matter what, for free.
And what do he have?
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah, we about to go crazy. The women gonna be going. The women are gonna be speaking next. I'm not here to speak. I'm gonna keep y'all updated. Like I said, I'm really just here to keep y'all updated. Y'all can work with me as far as setting up interviews, anything like that. talking about legal terms, just so y'all have the update. You know, I want everybody to know what's really going on. I want everybody to know what's really going on. He's detained. He was arrested. We all got detained. He's been arrested. 3 God has been arrested. And the charges is rape, false imprisonment, and basically revenge porn. 3 charges. 3 different charges.
He wanted his life, Rachel.
And none of them are going to stand up. Okay, but that's what we're facing
he
right
said,
now. They
listen
won't
at
even let us bond him out right now because of the charges, because of the laws that white supremacy has allowed to take effect. This is the type of power they give to the woman. They can just say something. You can just say whatever.
Yeah, but
and now you got a black man is locked up. And most black men don't have the support system that 3 God has. So they
they found
alone.
out he wasn't going to be getting out, Rachel. So now
No family,
no power.
Being charged for lies.
Let me see.
Can't hear, D.
I'm trying to see if I can get the part with Malia now.
Oh, you got when they came up to say something?
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, let me see if I can get that.
Oh my God.
Charged for lies.
It was powerful.
There, yes.
Oh, it's gonna come on. I should have took that part out. But see, like I told you, all right. Tree's gonna help me out.
Dress, the snakes we had in our garden.
Right. Yeah.
The people that claim to be there when things were good, but when things hit the fan, are you still a fan? Are you still down? Are you still going to support? Are you going to keep the knowledge doing persecution?
Do you have that thing that said that this is for commentary? What do they call that? The 107 article that's saying that you can use this?
Yeah, let me make sure I put that up.
Yeah, flash that, because we don't want
to. Yeah, let me make sure you're right. Let me make sure I put this up. You talking about the copyright?
Yes.
Yeah. Let me see. I know I didn't delete it. Let me make sure.
Yes, ma'am.
Because I was gonna let me make sure. Yeah, that right there. In the name of you see how God is a God of order?
Yes.
You see how God is a God of order. You see, iron sharpen iron. I thank you for telling me that, sister.
Yes.
Yes. Because you see, that's why but see, I put it on all of my videos. It's just that I'm not used to this live.
Right.
And I don't even worry about editing this live because until I get used to it.
That's why I remind you, because
I'm thanking you for looking out for me, because you have to be ahead of those devils. You see what I'm saying?
Right. There you go.
You have to be ahead of them.
Right. I see it at the bottom. There you go. Right there. Keep it going.
You have to be ahead of the devil. So I thank you for doing this. But when it comes to my lives, they all know that I'm still new. I'm still learning the live.
Yes.
Because with my videos, I'm very good at my videos with the editing.
Right.
But when it comes to stuff like this, to come live,
Yes.
Now maybe next week, I'm gonna go ahead and start, editing and do a little better. But until now, I'm not worried about editing because they know I'm still learning this, But you saw when Malia had came out and she said they had a bunch of snakes in their garden, right?
Right.
But what I'm saying, they knew all that. Natureboy, they knew all that. But like, let me finish playing and then we'll go ahead and talk about it. I'm gonna play a little more, okay?
Yeah, we'll talk about it on the other side.
Hey Tony, glad you're here.
Execution.
I am so glad you're here, guys.
Because in these times,
thank you for joining.
It shows you who you have.
Come join
Everything
us.
reveals itself over time. Everything that's in the dark truly comes to the light. Over these times, everything was good. But when we took everything out, took the energy out. Now we see what we have.
Now let me stop it right there. Didn't we talk about that?
Yes, we did.
You and I talked about all this. See, that's how the Most High God works. And that's why I say he can take the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. Because
Right.
when you going through trials and tribulation, when adversity hits, you're going to know who are your real friends.
Exactly.
When the heat is on, they going to run. They going to scatter. It's just like with roaches. When you turn a light on roaches, what roaches does?
They scatter.
Thank you.
We see who truly was there for us and in our corner. The things that you didn't speak about, the things that you didn't talk about, your darkness, your demons, your shadows, it shows now. But through persecution, through the trials and the tribulations, you're supposed to stand still in the storm of times. You're not supposed to turn on your father when things didn't go your way. You're not supposed to turn on your God, on your teacher, on your guru when things don't go your way. You're supposed to stand still. Keep the knowledge no matter
Thank
what
you,
you
Regina.
do. Keep the knowledge.
Thank you very much.
See, I like how...
Let me pause it right here. Now, everything that Malia is talking about, all this stuff, right, is true. It happens. This is real life issues. And like I said, sometimes when a person run out of your life because of adversity comes, it does not mean that they don't like you. Some people does it out of fear because they scared, they can't handle. Not everybody can run that race. You know, it got people on the sideline that's only there to cheer you on because they can't run, they can't continue. You know,
So,
they can't. Go ahead.
so I like to say, I don't have respect for anybody who would leave a 1-year-old baby behind for a grown tail man who can defend for himself. So anything she says come out the side of her neck to me. But I just wanted to add that a little
Yeah,
bit. She don't
girl.
know about morals and somebody trusted her with a whole little bitty baby still on Pampers, still suckling, and
Yes.
she left for a grown tail man and didn't look back. That the baby was 1 when she left. The baby is either finna be 4 or already is 4. I have no respect for her, and it's hard for me to take her seriously. Period. They back there looking like some straight idiots. Like they should have repeated kindergarten at least 4 times. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Girl, look, that's what I like. You know, we all have a right to our opinion. Girl, look, this good. I don't know about you, but this is good. You know, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, hey, we
And
all,
she's
you
sitting up
know,
there with that
this
big old
good.
herpes bump on her lip. She's sitting up there right now with that herpes bump over her
Girl,
lip.
you got Rachel laughing, girl. You got Rachel cracking up.
I'm sorry. I just, I have no respect for none of these women. The one who let Natureboy kill her child, and the 2 that left over there standing up there looking like what's that? Beavis and Butthead and Afro. I don't even know what to say about her.
But all right, let's move them out the way and let's listen to the message, because
Okay,
God can use anybody He pleases,
right. I'll try.
and like I said, when it comes to them, we already talk about this. We're not going to take their word as face value because they worship the man. We all know that. We all know that these people, they worship man. They don't worship the Most High God. So you have to know what to chew and what to spit out. Now, some of this stuff that they are saying, it's facts. It happens in real life. This stuff happens. When the heat is gone, when the heat is on, these Negroes, they gonna run. They gonna run.
Afro said today, it's too many chiefs and not enough Indians.
Then we talk
It's
about
too
that?
many people that want to be in the chief position, but not try to be likened to the Messiah, be likened to their teacher. They're trying to be like, they're trying to take the position of their teacher rather than sit still and gain the wisdom, gain the knowledge of their teacher, gain the understanding of their teacher, the wisdom.
Now let me stop it right there. Now she said, Malia said they should sit under the teaching. I understand that, but how long they gonna be teached? I mean, these people have been sitting under Nature Boy about 3 or 4 years. They never been elevated. He been still doing the same thing to him. Now that's the part that I don't understand. So guys, help me to make this make sense.
Looks like they was going backwards to me, because he was calling them his ladies and queens until last, before he got arrested. They was hoes and bitches, and they gonna spend their life um pleasing him. Just they gonna live down in his penis area.
And that's the part that I don't understand when it comes to carbonation, because no one in the camp, I'm trying to sit there right now and give them the benefit of the doubt, because I know that, but it was no elevation. So you saying that, they left, they ran, but none of them had nothing. Their own chief didn't have nothing. He was in an Airbnb, he was leasing a house. They never had, none of them that was in carbonation had nothing to show for. And to say that
Right.
Nature Boy been in the game for almost 6 years, look like he should have had enough money to buy them a piece of land. But they don't even have a piece of land. They don't have nothing that we know of. They have nothing to
That
show
guy
for it.
Phoenix offered them land.
Oh, someone
That
offered him land?
Yes, they offered him land and everything. But he's trying to get with Phoenix
Hi,
old
Diane.
lady.
Diane. Hi. Look, she said they've been with Nature Boy for 5 years. That's what I'm saying. And no one elevated. And
Yeah,
even when he was trying to make one of them queen or whatever, he took that and say he's queen, or he had made the trans queen.
yeah. Malia was the last one to come, right? Didn't Zoka come before Ali? Before Zoka came before Malia. No, Malia was there before Zoka, right?
I don't know. I don't know if Malia was
Zoka
there
was the
before
last
Zoka.
one.
Oh, yes, Zoka was the last one. Natasha said Malia was in the hospital and almost died, even after
Yeah,
spitting in the face of God and claiming Nature Boy as a God, the Most High God, spared her life. God is a jealous God. Yes, He is a jealous God.
for
And
sure.
God said
For
He will
sure.
share no other God before Him. And that's
Right.
why I talked about Natasha. I say, anytime when you exalt yourself above the Most High God, the Spirit of God will leave completely out of your body. That happened to Saul. You remember when Saul said, wanted to become, like God. You remember when Saul was exalting himself, where he was going to witch doctors. You remember that wanted the witch doctor to raise up Samuel from the dead. God sat there and told Saul, just because you went to a witch doctor to raise Samuel out of the grave, Samuel came out the grave and told Saul, you shall surely die. You cannot exalt yourself above the Most High God. And anytime when you do that, the glory of God will leave out of you. You are spiritually dead. You might as well say you spiritually and physically dead, because the glory of God has departed out of you. Go ahead, Frida.
Yeah, just to add on to what you were saying, you know, um, they had a good thing going. If they had a went and kept, out there when they was in Mexico and stuff, they was like living the life, them waterfalls and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they young and stuff. If they didn't have kids, it would have been okay for them to go and get off a grid. And but what did they do? They attracted people there and just broke up so many homes. Look
Uh-huh.
at their track record. The white lady came there and went back and killed her mom. Look how many abortions has been there. It's been nothing but death there. Nothing but
Uh-huh.
death. That one right there looking like Tonto sidekick. Um Long Ranger sidekick looking like Tonto.
Uh-huh.
She almost died, went and got well and came back again.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, Aya left a 9-year-old behind that Nothing nice has come out of this car. Nothing. They
No.
have built nothing.
Mhm.
If Babylon collapse right now, they're gonna be in the same shape we in. In fact, I
Yeah.
think we may be in a little better shape than we is than they,
Mhm.
because Cookie can tell you, look, you have got to go. I can't keep on taking care of y'all. And
Mhm.
he's
But I was
everywhere
looking
you
at the
go.
background. It looked like Aya Plant. You see Aya Plant in the background, and it looked like they still in at home. Cause I remember this plant was right there. You see that plant right there by
I
Zoka?
see that plant, but that could be a plant from anywhere. I don't recognize.
Hmm.
I mean, of
You
course,
don't
they took that little
recognize it?
scarf with them. They took that little scarf with them. That and you just fold that up like a little sheet and throw it in your
Hmm.
back car and hang it up to the next house you got. I think they are with Cookie. I don't think
Hmm.
they can't afford that place.
Natasha says Zoka look empty.
She look what?
Empty. You know,
Yes, she
me and my
is.
son, me and my little down here from the south. Who
She
that?
got an evil spirit in her. There's an evil
It's called a
dark.
divination spirit. Yes, that's a demon
And
spirit.
her
Yeah.
scarf look like it's saying pimp. I'm sorry, it look like it's saying pimp to me.
Huh? Yeah, she
Her
have a
scarf look like
divination.
it's saying,
Yeah, she have a divination spirit. That's a demon spirit that she have in. But let's listen to the let's continue here.
okay,
Now, Miss Frida, we gonna look at the word out of the word. The mouth speaks abundance. You see, because see, God don't see the person; He sees the man, which they did
the
sit there
heart.
and
He looks
worship
up
the
on the
heart. The
heart.
heart. He don't see. Yeah, he don't see the man. He sees the heart. So let's see what's coming out that mouth. Okay.
All right.
Wisdom that he's given us. Just sit there and understand it and collect it. And try to apply it to your life.
Oh wow. Let
Whole
me go
thing.
ahead.
Continuously see us.
Mm-mm. Poor thing. Let me remove this one. But go ahead and talk.
Look at Zoko just as lost as can be. Just as lost as can be. I don't need. Did her
I
father
wonder what
pass
her
away?
parents. I wonder what her parents feel. You know how their parents feel about it because none of their parents ever came forward.
She was with her father. I know that,
Oh,
but
she was.
yeah, but he has been really sick. I don't know for sure if he passed away. I think I heard that he did, but I'm not for sure. But I know he was very, very sick when she
But now
left
that he
Uh
him.
he
huh.
his hands
Sorry about that. Let's listen to this one here. But go ahead. Let me finish hearing about Zoka's
Okay.
father. Go ahead about Zoka's father. You- Frida, you're saying something about Zoka's father?
Yes, I Zoka's father was really, really sick when Zoka left. And I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to put that out there, but I believe he passed and she didn't even look back. I know
Wow.
Malia's brother passed while she was there. She had an uncle or somebody that passed while she was there. And that was her brother that Nature Boy told her, let the dead bury the dead. She didn't I mean this she didn't even mourn her
Mm-hmm.
brother.
Mm-hmm.
I mean
Natasha
the
said
evil in
that
this man because
Zoka won't get a moment rest until she speak on what happened to the baby. She Zoka don't have to say anything about the baby. Solar gonna say it all. You heard me? And they're gonna make Zoka spit it out once she get on that stand. You know she gonna be glad to talk, right, Frida?
exactly. And they just happy Malia can complete a complete sentence. So, and that's because what she's saying is she's not saying very much to me, except for why would you uphold knowing the evil that Nature Boy even did to her? Now you gonna get out because you didn't get out and tell them that they almost killed you. She's mad at them for finally spilling their guts and stuff. Yeah, they weak and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. And Solar, he should have been did something, stood up and been a man. So I'm not, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying they got a lot of nerve. Them four women, and I ain't
Mm-hmm.
heard Aya say nothing. Did she ever say anything?
I didn't say anything, but a presence spoke for her. You know, it's like sometimes a silent mouth will say a
Yes.
thousand
Look
words,
at look
and
at
she
her.
didn't
Look at
just her presence, her demeanor, and everything alone, it just spoke. You know.
Just snakes. That's what they are. Just snakes. Just,
Now let's continue. Miss Frida, you a mess. Oh, girl, I love it.
This time. Now that he can't have a word to speak. Then you try to you talk bad about him. You talk dirty about him in a public eye. What was all this energy when he was right there in front of your face? What was all this energy
That's
when
what
you
I
had
said.
time to address the situation at
look how
hand?
Zoka looking.
Now you see,
And
that's the part
trying to
I'm
figure
talking
out.
about. That's the part I'm talking about. You know why he didn't speak up. I know he was afraid of Nature Boy, but
Right.
why he didn't leave like the rest of them? You know why he wait till Nature Boy get locked up to start talking when everyone that came into carbonation when they didn't like what's going on, they left.
Exactly.
Why he just didn't leave? So that's the snake part. Even
But even
though,
but even more
huh?
important, I'd like to know when he was standing outside of that county jail, when he said that wasn't true, that the system is just believing a woman. Now, do he believe what he's saying now, or do he believe what he was saying then? That's what I want to know.
And that's why I added that part on to this live right here because you know if he was sticking up for Nature Boy then and saying that these women, well, material was lying, and now his story is turning. Are you believable when you go on that stand when you testify against Nature Boy, which most likely you're going to, you know? So what makes you think we should believe you now when
Exactly.
you sit there and you said that everybody was lying? And he
Exactly. I
did
wish.
admit it. He did admit it, said that they did lie when it came to Zoka's baby. They told a lie. But like they say, once a lie, you're always a liar. You gotta tell one lie to cover up the other lie.
Exactly. Rachel, Zoka is the one with that scarf that looked like it's saying pimp to me. But I,
They are green
I'm
like
just
she's
saying,
saying something so deep and
yeah, I
profound.
just want to know, did he believe that she was raped at that time that he was standing right out there that outside of that jail, that county,
Uh-huh.
or I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt after he talked to Nene. Did she say, yeah, he did rape me, this, that, and the other? What do he really believe is what I want to know.
We gonna say the big aura. What you say, love? What you say, Frida?
I said, that's what I would be curious to know. Now, you just showed a clip of him saying that she was lying on him, that the system was believing him, that they was upholding the lies and stuff, and an innocent man is in jail. So I'm wondering, did he believe that at that point, or do he believe what he's saying now, that he
Mm-hmm.
did do the R word with her and take something from her? Which one is? That's what I like to know.
Yeah, look what Natasha said. I do agree with that. Why Solar allowed Nature Boy to take Zoka to beat her, have rough sex with her while pregnant, drinking alcohol, and referring to the baby as a demon. And that's why I say that Solar should be, he should take accountability as well. No way in the
That's the
world,
part, right?
yeah, he should get out
That's
of
the
it
part
because
right
he was
there.
on the scene of everything. But he gonna use
Exactly.
that excuse, like he said. I can't believe I was brainwashed. You knew exactly what's going on.
He
You
know it was
loved
wrong
that
for her to
power.
be taking them. He know it was wrong for her to be taking them 6 shots. He should have stood up and said, "No, man, you ain't finna let my infant inside her be drinking those 6 shots
Hmm.
of because that is surely went right to that baby, you
Yeah,
know, and
because
some of the other stuff having sex with her. That's when you should have
yeah,
man up. So in a way, little skinny True got a point, and they got a point, but they have no room to talk to me. They have
yeah,
no
it's
room
all
to judge me.
recorded. Yeah, but I think that Solar, and like I said, Solar. I don't give a care how much he go to the DA office or whatever, or a state witness or whatever he is. He played a major part in a lot of stuff that happened because I think he the one that had punched Zoka in her mouth and broke her tooth.
Yeah, he said he started fighting her because his higher self. he was watching his higher self. That's how he dealt with his women and stuff. And so he said he started doing that, which two right don't make no wrong. So he can put off what he want to put off. He's a little biatch, and he's gonna answer too. He might get by with the law, but he by turning evident on Nature Boy, but he's got some reaping to do.
And the thing about it is everything is recorded. So why would he do all? Look what Natasha says. As a woman, I would never have sex with another man while pregnant with someone else's baby. But see, they always in that nasty cult. That's why I said that it had nothing to do with knowledge. It was a sex cult.
That's what it was.
What else was it? It was
That's
nothing but a sex
exactly what it
cult.
was. The
Yeah.
only code they supposed to live by is what goes on in here. You don't tell nobody. If you ever
Mhm.
tell somebody you wrong, you going to hell. That's seem to be the only code that they seem to uphold and believe. Them little
Wow.
girls too. Them little girls at the while though, they gonna go and take their butt somewhere too.
Mhm. And the thing about it, they so young and beautiful. I don't know why he didn't do right. Where these girls could have sat there and, like you say, lived off the grid. The whole carbonation could have lived off the grid and could have been happy because all the stuff that's going on down here. Just look at the food shortage and everything is you know, just happening right before our eyes. And by him teaching them how to live in nature, that could have been so beautiful.
Right, right. If you could have got off that grid,
It
yeah,
could have
that
been
would have been
so
really nice.
beautiful, but he just couldn't leave Babylon alone. He reminded me of who that was, Lot's wife. You remember when she looked back and
Oh
turned to a
yeah,
pit of salt?
yes,
And that's what happened to Nature Boy. He turned to a pit of salt because he looked back. And the thing about it is he brought so many down the hole with him.
yeah.
That's horrible.
He escaped with a 20-year from Atlanta. He should have went on and not looked back. He should have became a decent because he promised the Osiris mom that he was never going to put his hand on another woman again if she dropped those charges. And
Mhm.
he he went back on that.
What he did was he reminded me of Solomon. And I'm gonna break it down to you. Now, you just told me that Nature Boy had promised Maisha that if she
Yeah,
dropped those charges, that he would never put his hands on another
on
woman.
another woman.
But what
Yes.
he did was he allowed other people to do it for him.
Oh,
You,
he
you
did
get
it too
you get
though.
it? You get it? No, I'm talking about in front of the scene. He allowed other people to do it for him. That's just like Solomon. You remember when the Most High God told Solomon, anything that you ask for, Solomon said, give me wisdom. You heard him, give me wisdom, understanding, knowledge. And God told him what not to do and told him, if you with a woman, you have to make sure you marry that woman. And so what he did was he went ahead and instead of his flesh was still weak, so he went and married everybody. Because you remember they say Solomon, who that was, Solomon or David had so many wives and
Solomon
concubines.
had over 100 wives, 100
Yeah,
something
yeah,
wives,
yeah.
maybe
So
a
that's
thousand or
how
something.
that's how he felt like he can go ahead and get get over his flesh by just going ahead and marry him. And how Nature Boy, when you said about Maisha, when she said not to put your hands on any women, he said, well, okay, I don't have to actually put my hands on the women, but I can go ahead and get other people to do it. You kind of get where I'm going, even though he
Yeah,
did put his hands on the women, but I'm just saying,
yes.
yeah. Solomon. So what Solomon did was when God told him about, having all those women, you know, in adultery, he just went ahead and said, well, okay, what I'm gonna do is just go ahead and marry all of them. And that's what he did. He went ahead and married. But let's go ahead and finish with because we're going off subject.
With things that would happen so bad that you couldn't address it, but you have to go online and go public about it and talk shit. You a foul character. You a disloyal person.
Go ahead,
You were
Malia.
never real and true and authentic. You were always a flunky. You were always a fraud. See, the way you went about that was fraud. The way you went about that opportunity was fraud. And it's going to reveal itself over time. See, your heart keeps you from doing fuck shit. Your heart keeps you from being a foul person and doing ill intent and doing the wrong things. See, your heart keeps you moral, keep you upright with your principles, integrity, doing the right thing, upholding morals and principles no matter what. Three God, our husband, he gave us the tools and the knowledge to know how to combat these demons, combat these shadows. You're not supposed to turn on him. You're not supposed to go against him. See, in the streets, if you was to go against your OG, it's going against the G code.
Wow.
It's going against the morals. That's going against your God. He's giving you all his wisdom, all his knowledge, all his information, taught you, educated you, put you up on game. And what you do, you turn your back. And you know the funny thing is, you were always like that. That wasn't because he left. He just took himself out the situation to see what he had.
I like that. I like that. And like I say, when it comes to stuff like this, you have to know what to chew and what to spit out. Because remember, I was telling you about how a divination spirit is. They say the truth, but they coming out of a dark place. You understand? From a dark spirit. You remember we talked about that?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. See, sometimes even though they'll tell you what you want to hear, but it is where it's coming from out of. But sometimes something got to move out of your life in order for you to come forth. And Malia, she's standing up as queen now. I know Miss Frida got something to say about it. Go ahead, Frida.
Only thing I can say is what Michael Jackson said. I'm looking at the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. And no message could have been any clever. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. She don't have no room to talk. No room to talk. When he woke up maybe around the block 2 weeks later, maybe, but she is standing up for someone who almost killed her. Okay, she did not spill a word of it. He got on it, him and that little witch behind her, with the red apple on there. She need to bite it or whatever that is. They laughed about him reorganizing her organs. The girl almost died. And she up here telling somebody to shut their mouth and don't. I mean, it's hard for me to listen to anything divine coming out of her.
Mm-hmm.
I see a big old hypocrite who need to go back to school and need to find out what's more loyal. Taking care of a grown-tail 40-year-old man or taking care of a 1-year-old baby that you left behind that couldn't even talk and say, Mommy, someone is hurting me. Mommy, I'm hungry. Mommy, so no. I don't see nothing for this heifer. I don't have no love for her.
Natasha said Malia don't even love herself. Her true self wanted and still wanted to leave.
Yeah, she did. Well, you can tell when her brother died. She repeated word for word what he said.
Yeah, that was cold. That was cold because Natureboy, she was scared to even call her brother.
Right.
All
for the sake of a man who disrespected you, made you suck his toes, got you on Twitter doing ungodly things. Okay. But this is who you want to say that we all should should say is a good man.
Mm-hmm.
We mad because of what he did to you. We ain't even mad about what he did to us.
Mm-hmm.
We mad about how he destroyed all of y'all lives.
Mm-hmm.
Killed a little beautiful little girl. I'm sure she was gonna be beautiful. And then them two left two little boys behind. And Afro and killed probably 3 or 4 little boys
Allegedly. Mm-hmm.
from all them abortion, all that after morning tea. So them women right there, I'm just sorry.
I think
I know he say
now
I
that
know he
it
say spit out the good with the bad. I
mm-hmm.
understand
And I
that
like
too.
it. I like
But
it.
I don't want no
I
young
like
woman.
this is good. I like it. Go ahead.
I just don't want no young woman thinking that there's anything honorable about any of them.
Mm-hmm.
These are what took civilization down. Women like this is what took civilization down. Okay, civilization right now.
Mm-hmm.
Women like this, and they are, and me calling them women is being nice because I could call them what they really are.
Natasha said she admitted that every mom misses their child when a caller asks if she would like to see her child. I remember I was trying to record it, but Lil they was at a bar somewhere. They was at a daiquiri shops, and somebody asked Malia about a child, and I know exactly what Malia said. Malia said that she don't have a child. I remember when Malia
Okay.
said that.
Yes,
Malia had said that she does not have a child.
she said nothing happens in the universe unless it was supposed to happen,
Hmm.
and so whoever is raising that
Yeah,
baby,
but
they
Natasha,
doing a good
not to
job with
cut
it.
you.
How do you know they doing a good job with your little baby?
Yeah,
That's what you want to believe.
and Natasha, that's why they wanted all my videos gone because they know I was exposing a lot of that stuff. And like I said, I was team right. I was team right, and by me exposing all that stuff, they flagged all my videos because see, they know that a lot of this stuff that I was exposing, you know, it would have went, most likely, because like everybody was saying, that would have nailed, nailed them. That's what. But Rachel said that you was right, Miss Frida. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Frida.
I can't. I just don't want no young woman now. Like Afro, if I can't say too much about her, even though she is wicked as the day is long too. But I can't say too much about her because she
Well, I
didn't
could say
leave
a
a
lot.
child
I could say a
behind.
lot
Okay,
about her.
she didn't leave a child behind. But them other two left a child behind, and this other one allowed someone to make her hurt a little bitty baby that couldn't help itself, depending on mommy inside her stomach,
Hmm.
to give me alcohol, Hennessy, and anything else, to rough me up to. So I have no respect for none of them. But Afro is the only one who just harming herself.
Hmm. Nature Boy was online and Malia was doing her hair when Nature Boy was talking to someone on the computer. Nature Boy was online and Malia was doing her hair.
Yeah, so
Hmm.
I just don't have no respect for them, and they're gonna get there, and that's why I said as soon as that pressure get applied to them, and they tell Malia look crazy, look like she can snort up
Leave
all
my
of
homie alone. That's my
as
homie.
soon as they start applying pressure to her and say, look, honey, you going to jail, you going to jail, you going to jail,
Uh-huh.
and you going. If y'all don't get to talking, cause y'all lover boys never getting out.
Malia, my homie, you know that, right?
Yeah. She used to be my homie, but now she don't know me.
No, she's my homie for real. We both from the down south. Who
Oh,
that
you from
nation?
down there where Velvet them from?
Uh huh. Who that nation?
Well, I hope you know her, so when you see her, you can spank her butt for me.
Girl, we cut two different corners.
I get a
Two
switch for that happen when I get through with her.
two different corners. Mm-mm-mm. So I guess you don't want to hear the rest then, huh? Because you already got your
Yeah,
mind made
yeah,
up.
I do want to hear it though. I like to hear it
Okay.
because there's probably some learning in it somewhere.
So what?
So it might be a little learning somewhere
Girl,
on what
is
not to do, but I
yeah,
don't get
what
nothing
not to
from them.
do. Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Go ahead, do it.
Yeah. Yep. And now it's revealed. Everything reveals to everything comes to the light eventually. You can't sit in the dark all, the whole time. It's gonna come to the light. Everything you're doing is gonna come to the light. And so we just have to see what we had in our corner. The snakes that we had in our grass.
Wow.
The disloyal people that was around us. We just have to see. We have to take the energy out, move it around a little bit to see what we had.
Look at Aya,
Period.
looking
Being
like
up
her
on the
teeth hurt.
chief. The first C is commitment. First of all, the second C is communication. Years. If you know anything about carbonation, you know that we have meetings. We are family. We are our business. We're the kingdom of God. We sit down and talk about anything.
Well, that's
We're
it
the
for
kingdom
them.
of God. We sit down and talk about anything. If anybody in the family wanted to talk about anything, they could have said, I want to call a meeting. Pyramid Chief, I want to have a meeting. Communication. Nobody said anything for years. Chief is in jail right now. Now everybody's going on the internet and talking about everything. But where was all of this energy when you was actually here? Why?
And see, that's what I'm talking about, Frida. Why you wait till someone is, that's just to show you that's a coward move. And I understand,
Yes,
just say if I don't like a person, okay, I don't like a person, but right is right and wrong is wrong.
yes, I
You
agree with
know,
that part. I agree with that
right is
part.
right is wrong is wrong. I don't care if you don't like the person. That's what I'm saying. Why you wait? That's just like what happened to me. And like I say, everything that happened is a lesson learned. That's
Yeah,
how
he don't get
that's
no brownie points. He don't get no brownie
yeah,
points. But I'm
I
just glad he.
understand. I'm just saying the message, how people, I'm just talking in general,
Right.
how people, they wait to do so much harm when your back is turned. But they're not being a woman enough to face you, head on. They wait till you know things, like your back is turned before they want to go ahead and stab you in your back. Or why he didn't do all this stuff when Nature Boy was. I know Nature Boy was controlling, but still of all, I just can't see the fact that you wait till a man locked up and then you want to run your mouth. I don't. I just can't figure that out.
Yeah,
You know,
he's a weakling. You know,
that's where the
he
weak coward move comes at.
yeah, because he could have just left and shut his mouth.
Uh-huh. Because
Because
if
now
I would have, I would have what I would have done, just like I said earlier. I wouldn't have came on social media and ran my mouth. Okay, you went to the authorities. We know you did that. And after that, I would say, look, people want to hear my story. If you want to hear it in the book.
because now he do look like a little punk.
Yeah, it's a weak move. And that's the part that I'm saying. Just forget that, what they done. We ain't gonna forget what they done. But I'm just saying,
Right,
look past that right now, and we just
right.
listening to the
I see what you're saying. That
yeah.
he's no less. He's less than a man. You know, uh, he can't teach anybody nothing. He can't tell anybody nothing. You should have grew a pair of them before all this. You should. So I'm not feeling sorry for him, but I'm
Mhm,
just saying.
mhm. So that's what I'm saying. How people they do that. And they're not the only ones it happened to. It even happened with Jesus in the Bible. You remember when Jesus was betrayed? He sat there and told them what's going to happen, how they was going to scatter. And if you look at it in a spiritual realm, it's the spiritual view. That's why I know God is coming soon. If you look at all this in a spiritual realm, when everything had happened to Jesus and he got arrested, He told them, all his disciples, the male disciples, what was going to happen to him.
Yeah, he told
And they
Peter, you
all
were gonna
scattered.
deny me thrice. He told Peter, you're gonna deny me thrice
Yes.
before the crow twice. Crow 3 times, and Peter did
Yes.
do it.
And he
And
told John, when John sat there and said, I will never leave you, uh, Jesus sat there and called John out. John didn't even want to live for him. He didn't want to die for him. But that's just to show you people, like my friend always used to say, and she's dead and gone. She died last year. She said, cheek and tongue will say anything.
but
A person
Solar
will
is
say
more like
anything.
Judas.
He is. That's what I want to say. I just didn't come out and say it. Solar
Yeah,
remind me so much of Judas.
yeah. He took them coins to point out which one was Jesus. When they told him to point to Jesus, and he said, "The one who I go up and kiss will be is the Messiah." And he went
And
up and
then
kissed him.
didn't he kiss Nature Boy?
Yes,
Not only kiss his face, his cheek, he kissed his toes.
yes, he
And that's
did.
what I'm trying to see. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to see. Even though we know that Nature Boy wasn't Jesus, we know he wasn't God, but some of this stuff is playing out. And I'm asking myself, because everything is a lesson learned. I don't think anything happened by coincidence. And the way that all this playing out is just like was in the Bible, because when Jesus got arrested, the Bible says that Peter was standing in the courtyard, warming himself by the fire, and start cursing and acting like the world. And a woman had sat there and said, Peter, you don't belong to us. He's one of them. Because Peter was trying to act like the world. He was trying to fit in the world, but the people, they knew that he was not a part of the world. And that's just like Solar. Soon in a minute, things start getting heated and things start happening. He on there spilling his guts. He remind me of a Judas. And then when this girl came on Universe, you remember when she came on the panel, when I heard when Solar had said at the end, he told them to send me some money, send me this, send me some money.
Right.
So he's selling his soul out for coins. And then Judas did that.
Yes, he did. And
Judas
he
sold
went.
himself out for coins, for 30 pieces of silver. And this guy, he figured that him and Natureboy could come together and they can capitalize off of this. If them two come together, look, we can get people to sit there and start pointing to us. He
Right.
thought he using this as fame and fortune. But if Solar only know, even though Nature Boy, he did what he did, and that was wrong what he did, but two wrongs don't make a right. You sitting there selling your soul out, you are a Judas. And notice at the end, who was the only one stood by Jesus' side? The what? The women, right?
Yep.
And who you see standing by his side taking up. That's just to show you that all
Yep.
this stuff is playing out.
And that's what's crazy, because that Nature Boy said we're gonna be so weak and we're gonna need a man, and it would seem like the women are more stronger than me.
And if you turn to the book of Jeremiah, I think it's Jeremiah 32 or 33, the Bible says that a woman gonna compass a man. And that does not mean that the woman wants to be a man, is that the men have gotten so complacent. So what God is allowing is the women to sit there and get things in order so they can put the man back into his rightful place. Because men have gotten so complacent. And it's time for men to rise and get back and set on the get in their rightful position, be the head
They
like
gotta take
God
their
called them
place
to
back in
be.
the home. They gotta take their place
Yes,
back in the black home. They gotta do that. They won't be blessed
yes,
until they do. Until they do right by the black woman, they're not gonna, and you see some of them rising up and loving their children and stuff,
yes,
and quit a lot of the foolishness and stuff. But still, you got some that's being followed by, that's following nature boy think he's supposed to have 5 or 6 wives. Think you supposed to, talk to them like they some slaves, and that they dare nothing but to cook for you and take a butt whooping and clean your house and different stuff. I'm sorry.
But it's time. But see, all this stuff, if you remove them out the way and just, all this stuff is playing out just like it had happened in the Bible. A woman said when the men ran, the woman was right there. Who was the ones that's went in hiding? The men went in hiding. Didn't they went in hiding?
Yes.
The women didn't run. The women even was going to the tomb, and that's when the two angels say that Jesus wasn't even at the tomb. The women didn't hide. The men ran.
Exactly.
And that's scripture. And that's why the Bible sit there and say that a woman gonna compass a man, because a man have gotten so complacent. Like I say, God would take the foolish things of this world, and this is the foolish things right here what we watching to conform the wise. Because you can take anything and it could be a lesson learned. You just know, you have to know what to chew and what to spit out.
Yep.
And so, Lord, remind me of a Judas. And the only and so what's his name? True. The only reason why he's there is because he made that vow, just like I say. But True would have been running as well. But True rather sit there and sit it out to save face. But that is not that's not ordained by God what True is doing, because True got a small child. He could be raising his child instead of worrying about a grown man. And that's what I just I just can't deal with that. But I'm talking about the message.
Right.
Like, I'm talking about the message. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the message. What they are saying is accurate. But like I told you, the devil gonna tell you what you want to hear. But you have to know what to chew and what to spit out. And now it's so True's chance right now to go and make it right with his son. Because you don't want your child to be another statistic.
And let me say this about their appearance. I was looking at their appearance, and I'm saying to myself now, he hasn't been there for at least 90 days, and they still looking like they going through hell, like he's still slapping on them, making them do this, making them do that, sleep in closets. They just don't look peaceful at all. They don't look like it's just still like they still going through hell.
Because they still under the teaching. They still under the teaching. Let's play a little more.
Why are we waiting until Chief is locked up, can't talk for himself, is in a situation where he has no control of anything, and we on the internet? The internet give cowards an outlet. You see, people are from the suburbs. People are goofy. People didn't have, somebody to put them up on game. People didn't have a daddy, or they were just goofy. And that's what Chief was trying to bring us. We didn't have no guide. We was in a world lost. He given us the codes, the MODs, courage. In the face of adversity, have courage. Never bite the hand that feeds you. Anger come from hurt. Hurt come from a misunderstanding. But everybody's on here expressing hurt, expressing confusions and illusions. People did not keep the knowledge. That's why they trapped in their shadows. They trapped in illusions. But let me tell you something. This is a trend. The truth is forever. And the same lips that will kiss your ass, the same lips that will kiss your ass will curse your name. And guess what? They're going to kiss your ass again, because the truth is forever and the trend is temporary. Hear me. Stay silent no matter what, because the truth is solid.
Salutations.
That's it. It's a trend to become a victim these days. People want to discard the knowledge when it don't suit them and their feelings. But facts over feelings, boo. You came into this being's life and said, I wanted to be a student of yours. I wanted you to teach me. I watched you for years and wanted to be a reflection of you. Only thing that you didn't like about yourself was that you couldn't be a vibrational match for the knowledge itself.
What you think?
But now that he's behind,
What you think, Freedom?
I was just agreeing with Natasha when she said that the blind leading the blind.
And you know I've been telling you about that a long time ago. How can the blind lead the blind when they both gonna end up in a ditch? And that's what I'm talking about right there, Natasha. When the blind lead the blind, they all gonna end up in a ditch. And you know where the ditch at? All of them gonna be in prison. Because they had all the opportunities to go ahead and get out of it. And that's where the blind gonna lead the blind. You know, they all had a chance to come out of it, but they refused to leave because they still pushing 3.
Exactly.
They still pushing 3. The Bible warns us of false prophets. Yes,
Of match. He
the
is
false
anointed.
prophets are here.
When you see fake is a snake. When you see real, it's authentic. It's always here. It's rare. It's hated because it's going to speak up when no one says nothing. It's going to be honest when everyone wants to hide. Everyone here was hiding, not being authentic. But only person was talking, only person that was speaking up and was pointing out demons in the reality was the Most High Chief Elohio the Christ that you used to say, peace to my chief.
What you think?
Well, I don't know. I don't think you want me to say.
now that
What you
his
say?
hands
Well, I'm
is
trying to
tied.
pause it. What you say? I hope I didn't take the wrong one out. What you said?
I'm trying to be nice.
But no, speak your No, speak the truth. The Bible says speak the truth so we all can grow together. We all learning. We ain't
'Cause
sugarcoating nothing.
we know Zoka is a liar, a murderer, a thief, and everything else. So whatever come out of her mouth, it's just she's just dark. She's just lost, and she the youngest out of all of them.
And that's what he liked. He liked the young ones, so he can go ahead and social media is the devil's playground. And we talked about that. What he does is this right here, this is the new playpen. And this is how he gets them all. He got so many through the social media outlet. That's why I say WW. I think you talked about that. Didn't you talk about that, Freedom?
Yeah, we did. What World Wide Web?
That's it. 666, right?
666. Yep. Turn that W up. 666.
Yeah, you talked about that yesterday or the other day. You talked about that.
And if he was to get out, they get done the worst. They get slapped up and talked to, spit on, just just made to feel like they the Lord thing that, and they fighting this hard for that.
And I would love to see my people all come together that great day of Exodus, where we all come together and unite on one accord and build like Black Wall Street. I would love to see that happen. And that day will happen until we come together. But so many people want to be chiefs. No one wants to be Indians. Because that's the day we're looking for, where we all can come together, just like Black Wall Street.
Right. Soon as
And
we
this
did,
could have been nice. This could have been nice.
We did build, somebody came and tore it down.
Mm-hmm.
We were never allowed to flourish.
and it's stuck in our head until we get that out of our head. That we they just every time we take one step, we are thrown back to two steps. And now, we have been through so many downfalls, we don't want to build no more. Well, we rather just keep pouring into the system. But back then, they all put their money together. They all came on one accord and they all built. But
Yeah.
now we have gotten so complacent, so comfortable in this system where we making them rich.
And like you said, they not bad looking women. Seems like they could have, why put up with this crap? I mean,
What
what's
did they
in
get out of it?
your psyche that would think this is okay to be treated like this?
Hmm. I don't know. Only thing that I can think of, and I've been asking God to reveal it to me, is that the reason why all this stuff took place because He sold them a dream, and they
And they
thought that
were,
just like you say,
and,
they'll be off the grid, and they'll be a part of nature,
and they were
and they
never
believe
enough.
that.
He always looking for somebody else. They were never enough. And then
Uh-huh.
right before he got locked up, he went and got a trance and said that was the new queen.
And that's when God stopped them. God couldn't take no more. The Most High God couldn't take no more after that. But this could have been beautiful. This right here could have been beautiful, but he took all his his demons, all his childhood demons, and he sat there and he put it on these people.
And let me say this to these young women who think they have to settle and let somebody else have three or four wives and different stuff. The wives were never supposed to be in the same bed. That man was supposed to be able to, y'all had y'all own quarters. So y'all, when it was your turn to be with him, but no, y'all never supposed to be in the same bed having sex with each other and stuff like that. They just demoralized everything. Because it was back in the day that men had several wives. And
Yep,
that was
God.
allowed when they was
Yeah.
making the earth plentiful, trying to put people on the earth and stuff. He said, come together and multiply. That's what that was about. It was not for orgies and stuff. It was not for orgies.
Yeah, because don't you know I wanted to talk about all that, but I sat there and say maybe it was going to be another time. It was ordained like that, where men one man had multiple women. That was in the Bible days. Those things, it
Yes.
happened like that. And maybe the ones that can take multiple women, they were kings.
They were
The
able to
ancestors.
take care. Right.
No, I'm talking about now. You know how you see maybe in the ancestors they had the bloodline of kings where they can take care of multiple women, because some men can't take care of
Exactly.
multiple women. But if
They can't even
you
take care of themselves.
but if you want to take care of multiple women, then you should have your own land, you should have your
Right.
own home, and you shouldn't
Right.
be living off the system. And if you don't have those three, then no way that you should be having multiple women in your house unless you can afford them.
Exactly. And every woman need her space too. You don't just put them in a 2-bedroom house. And no. If you're gonna do that, you supposed to be building a little quarters over here, a little quarters over here, a little quarter over there. Where we and then we raise all the kids and stuff together and different stuff like that. And what one can do, if one can sew, if one can bake, whatever it takes to help that baby, help that family grow and be successful. While
Nat-
he's out working by the sweat of his brow, he is not sitting
Natasha
around.
said multiple wives to populate the earth, but that was in the Old Testament. But we live by both of them. But it's the thing that now that we are in, we in the, how you say that, a foreign land or something like that. Because back
Right.
then they had, they still have in parts of Africa multiple wives, right? I wouldn't do it, but I'm just saying
Yes.
they still practice that, right?
Exactly. And the Most High blessed them, He gave them land for to build on and different stuff. We can't really build nothing right now like that. So they just doing this thing for the fun part of it. They're not. I mean, look, the women not even having babies,
That's what
and
I'm
that's
saying.
supposed to be the whole. That's supposed to be the whole reason why man taking on all these wives to populate the earth.
That's what I'm
They
saying. That's why I say, that's why I called it dry and barren land. Because if you're gonna build a cult, and you're gonna build, at least children should be running around. The only child that was running around is Velvet's child. Well, Velvet took her child and left, and that's Sheba's and True.
she was in that little one that almost died. Zen, that one that they was on.
His
Oh, his
name,
name was
yeah.
Rambo too. I couldn't think of that boy's name. Nature Boy named him Rambo for whatever reason, but yeah, Serenity and Rambo, they almost lost that little baby.
Mm-mm-mm.
He didn't care about them. He didn't care if they had lost them babies or not. He don't care how many of them died. What? Tell me one successful story that came out of there.
That's what I would like to. I would love to interview the ladies in carbonation, because Lord, I just pray that you would send them in my pathway, because I would ask them. You keep saying keep the knowledge, and I'm not here to judge you, because, like I say, you guys are grown women. That's what I would tell them. I say you are grown women, and you do whatever you please, because that's your life. That's the way you want to live your life. If you want to live miserable and unhappy the rest of your life, that's up on you. But what do you get out of it? What are you getting out of it? What person
Exactly.
will let another person just beat you up all day, have you up all night, screaming in your ear all night, starving you, eating one meal a day? Tell
Right.
me, how can God get the glory out of all this stuff that's going on?
Exactly. Just
That's
pure
what I would
evil.
ask them. That's what I would ask them.
Pure
That's what I would
evil.
ask them. I'm
And
not
they
here. I
can't
would
say
tell
that.
them, go ahead.
They can't say that our eyes is lying because he put it out there for us to see.
I
Yeah,
would
he
tell
might be.
them, look, I'm not here to judge you, but I just want to know, what are you guys getting out of this? I look, minus the knowledge. All right, put the knowledge on the side, okay? What are you guys getting out of this?
Not a
How
darn
can you
thing.
build off of this? Because
Not
all
a
I
darn
see, I
thing.
don't see nothing that they could build off it. Not
No,
nothing productive.
no. They gonna grow up and have to go find them sons that they left behind to live off of.
The stuff that was going on under that roof, nobody wouldn't even want to have a child under there. If a
Can you
child,
imagine? Can you imagine the stuff that little True saw
son, I keep pronouncing his name wrong. Jahim,
yeah
Jahimi, I think.
Jahimi? Can you imagine the stuff that he saw?
And the
Those
thing
little
about it is that, what's the little young girl came there? She said that Nature Boy, all the ones that was in that house, they used to walk around that child naked.
Yeah, he said that out of his own mouth. He said, if you bring your kids here, I'm gonna be naked as hell around them.
And that's why I say everything got to come to an end. And I think the end was when he started sitting there doing all that crazy stuff. Something had to stop it. This dude
Yeah,
is
he just
wilding out.
he just got real bizarre.
And
You know,
if I do the interview with them, I'm gonna see if I can get an interview with them. Once I sit there and get everything straight right,
if
we
you
gonna.
offered them some money, you would give one. That's the only way.
If that girl give me my 250, I probably could do it.
Oh
But
well, good luck.
but somebody finna say, I would love to do an interview with them because I want to know, just like I said, ain't no way, girl, that would have drove me crazy. I think I would have balled a pot of grits and I would have scarred these. I would have, girl, I would have poured it on this tail. I would have been an Al Green. You see what I'm saying? He would have had an Al Green moment. No way in the world that I can, be under somebody 24/7 that the man never shut up. How you doing,
Right,
Angie?
right.
Angie, how,
Just
how you
like,
doing?
but,
Yeah, we
hi,
just
Angie.
talking. Yeah.
Angel, that's Angel,
Yeah,
ain't it?
Angel. Yeah, Angel.
Yeah. Yeah. Now he told all them when to go to bed, when to eat, how to eat. Now somebody's telling him when he can eat,
Thank you.
when he can get some sleep, when he,
Thank you.
so how you like me now?
And got him in a small confinement.
Right.
So, like I said, and that's just to show you, you reap what you sow.
Oh yes.
You reap what you sow. And when you do wrong, it's going to come back to you 7 times. And the thing about it, when it happened to you, you might not be able to handle it. Because I'm pretty sure when Nature Boy found out that this right here is, going to the grand jury, I know he was devastated, because he thought he was going to be able to get out of this.
And can you imagine when they kids is grown and when they have to have that talk and Malia's little boy especially say he said only thing he liked about you was your sex. You mean you left me and did all this, took all them beatings, almost died because he said your sex was the best in the world.
And
That's
the thing
all he
about it
gave
is,
you.
all those videos going hunt her the rest of her life, even if they
Oh
come out
yes,
of it.
oh
The
yes,
thing about it is, whatever you put out in the atmosphere, it's not going to go away. And I believe that their children, somebody gonna show it to them. They gonna see that one day, how this
oh
man
yeah.
humiliated them on
Hey, I
social
wouldn't be
media.
surprised. Our little boy is
I hear the
about
boy that
12,
say
11,
13,
11, 12
12 or
now. You
13
you think he's not on that he probably done came
on
across
the
his mama
internet.
lots of times.
Oh, wait till he get a little older. I promise when he get a little older, they gonna say, um, I want to know. Let me what your mom did. All he have to
That
do is Google Nature Boy, and I promise you, all that stuff of
that
their
boy is
parents
12
getting
right
beat
now.
up,
That boy probably
and
have seen his mom on that
you
line.
think
But
so?
yes, but the cousin said that they tell the little boy that she went away to make the world a better place or something like that. That he said,
Mhm.
so they don't think the little boy know. But unless that little boy is dislike her, he probably done came across his mama on that Instagram or on because they on everywhere. Facebook. Nature Boy have been everywhere.
Oh girl, my skin used to crawl when I used to see nature Nateria, not Nateria, what's her name? Malia used to wipe his face and pick his old nasty nose and his dry skin.
Did you see what Velvet did one time? Picked his nose and what she did with it?
I never saw Velvet pick his nose.
Velvet picked his nose and ate it.
Oh my God. Are you
Yes,
serious?
ma'am. I'm not lying. That's on that it's written. It's been recorded.
Oh
She
my
picked it out of his
God.
nose and she ate it
Are you
right,
serious?
right on camera. And
Oh
did you
my God. Is
and did
that
you see
video
what?
out? That video
And
is
did you
out? Oh, I gotta
what you
look for
say?
that video. I got to look for that. Oh no, I don't want to look at it. Oh my God.
I know. Just type in
No, I can't. I
Velvet
can't.
eats Nature Boy booger. Just type
Oh
in.
my God. Oh my God. Are you
You will get it.
serious?
And then did you remember he caught Aya eating boogers and put it on tape? Did you see that one?
I remember hearing somebody say that Aya eats her boogers.
He showed us her eating. They was all at the table. When she had them glasses on, he had blacked her eye. Looked like she still can't open that one eye. And he put the camera on her and let us see her sitting there eating boogers. And Malia hushed her and said, "Look, look." And she hurry up and
What Malia
just
did to him?
he did it a couple times, showing her eating boogers.
Natasha said she kissed him when he had the outbreak. You read it?
Yeah, they probably couldn't help because every day one of them got something on their eye, on their lip, somewhere on their
Mm-mm.
nose, somewhere they got an outbreak. That ain't nothing but a herpes camp, a STD
Mm-mm.
camp caught.
Mm-mm.
It's a STD caught. That's what it is.
And so that's what I just don't understand. What's the purpose? And I understand Solar left. Solar went through hell. All of them went through hell and back. This dude was a hard taskmaster. This
And
dude
I
put
really
these people
believe, but
through
somewhere down in me,
hell.
I had really believed that Zoka liked it. Solar. I thought it was that
What
Nature
you mean
Boy
she
just
liked
wasn't
him?
that. I thought that she really liked him. That
Oh,
she was in
I
love
didn't
with
see
him.
that. I didn't see that. She
They actually married, but I thought it was Nature Boy just keeping them apart. But I come to find
oh,
out, no, she didn't like Solar. Solar.
she wanted Nature Boy.
Yes, and I never knew that because but if you think about it, Nature Boy is the only one that we haven't seen. Well, she was in there laying between his legs when she was like 8 months pregnant. But
Mhm.
all the rest of them, he got them having sex with him. He got them in some kind of compromising, but he never really did that with Zoka.
Zoke, I know. I say that on my. I say that on one of my videos. I say I
I remember
never
you
ever
saying
saw
that.
him
I remember you.
Yes, I
Right,
never saw him disrespect Zoka. I'm not disrespect. I'm talking about sexual. Having them
right,
out there.
right,
Making those.
right. He
On
didn't
Twitter,
exploit her sexually. Right.
explored her. Yes. I wonder why
Now,
he
one
never
time
did
we
that to
caught it.
Zoka. He did it to everybody except Zoka
Right.
and Sheba.
One
He
time.
never disrespect Sheba either, or
Right.
explored her either.
Right. But he had Sheba kissing his feet one day, but no, but did you see that Twitter where they was all holding, I think they were holding up Malia. They had her going up and down on his penis.
No, that wasn't Malia. That
Who-
was
who- who-
Ephru.
Oh,
That
that
was
was Apple?
Ephru. Yeah, Ephru was on him. And
Oh.
Malia and Aya was on the side of each other. Well,
Oh, wow.
each side. And I saw that video.
But see, that's nothing honorable about that. Nothing at all.
Natasha said that Nature Boy punked Solar and no woman wanted a weak man. And that's absolutely true. You can see Solar.
That's the same, right. That's the same thing with True, too. Nature Boy just sit there and punked True
But you
out
can
so
see
bad.
all that in Solar. All Solar need to do is just come out and be his true self. You can see
Nature
who
Boy
Solar
said,
is. Solar
Nature Boy
can't
said,
hide who
that's
he
my
is.
baby. Yeah.
Solar and I'm gonna say a legend, but I know I made a video, and the ones that follow me, they saw it as well. Nature Boy, when Zoka and Solar was going through problems, Solar had told Nature Boy, "Look, you my chief. I'm gonna take you over anything." And when it was in that van, Nature Boy had grabbed Solar and he kissed Nature Boy. I mean, Nature Boy kissed him, and Solar was
Mm,
trying to play it off. But I know them two was together. You could see that all
yeah.
in Solar.
He picked Sassy to go in there and get some from that trans.
hmm
He didn't pick True,
Oh,
but
True wasn't gonna do it.
True said he would have did it. True said he would
True
have went
said
if
he
he
would have
hadn't
did
got
it.
picked. He said he didn't get picked. That's the reason why he didn't go. Because they asked him, He
You
said,
remember
why you
when?
didn't get none? He said, I didn't get picked.
You remember when Nature Boy? They all was standing behind him when he was sitting behind a desk, and he kissed each one of them that was standing behind him. He raised his hands out, reached his hands out for True, and True turned his head. You didn't see that part? I wish I
No,
could
I
make.
didn't
I'm
see
gonna
that.
show you
Make
that
sure,
video. I'm gonna play that video. True
yeah,
turned his
make sure you
head.
get that up.
Hmm. But he never really humiliated True like he did Solar and the rest of the guys that was under him.
Yeah, that's
Well, let me go ahead and finish playing this so you can sit there and you can trip with
okay.
these
Okay.
girls.
Now that he can't have a word to speak, then you try to you talk bad about him, you talk dirty about him in a public eye. What was all this energy when he was right there in front of your face? What was all this energy when you had time to address the situation at hand? And I'm trying to figure out
Look
what
at go.
things that what happened so bad that you couldn't address it, but you have to go online and go public about it and talk shit. You a foul character. You a disloyal person. You were never real and true and authentic. You were always a flunky. You were always a fraud. See, the way you went about that was fraud. The way you went about that opportunity was fraud.
Just look at them.
And it's going to
big
reveal
lips.
itself
Big
over
pink
time.
lips.
See, your heart keeps you from doing fuck shit. Your heart keeps you from being a foul person and doing ill intent and doing the wrong things. See, your heart keeps you moral, keep you upright with your principles, integrity, doing the right thing, upholding morals and principles no matter what. Three God Elite, our husband, he gave us the tools and the knowledge to know how to combat these demons, combat these shadows. You're not supposed to turn on him. You're not supposed to go against him. See, in the streets, if you was to go against your OG, it's going against the G code. That's going against the morals. That's going against your God. He's giving you all these wisdom, all his knowledge, all his information, taught you, educated you, put you up on game. And what you do, you turn your back. And you know the funny thing is, you were always like that. That wasn't because he left. He just took himself out the situation to see what he had.
That's part. That's yeah. Yep. Yeah.
And now it's revealed. Everything comes to the light eventually. You can't sit in the dark the whole time. It's gonna come to the light. Everything you're doing is gonna come to the light. And so we just have to see what we had in our corner. The snakes that we had in our grass. The disloyal people that was around us. We just have to see. We have to take the energy out, move it around a little bit to see what we had.
Here's being up on the chief. The first C is commitment. First of all, the second C is communication. Years. If you know anything about Carbonation, you know that we have meetings. We are family. We are business. We the kingdom of God. We sit down and talk about anything. We the kingdom of God. We sit down and talk about anything. If anybody in the family wanted to talk about anything, they could have said, I want to call a meeting. Pyramid Chief, I want to have a meeting. Communication. Nobody's.
And I promise you, Frida,
Uh-huh.
I
Yes.
promise you, if they would have called a meeting and told Nature Boy how they felt, Nature Boy would have punched them, most like punched them in
Yes.
the head. You know good well these people could not
Yes.
speak what's on their mind.
Because
And
he
you
done
know
told
good
her
well the
about
devil is a
something
liar.
before.
We never
Right.
spoke what's on their mind.
Right. He done told them about thinking before. He told her he do the thinking for her. So I don't know what she talking about. If they call a meeting, he gonna sit there 12 hours talking to them.
And they better not say one word. They better not even move.
Right.
So she's saying that if anything was, you can hear me. You can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah.
It's something.
He
Go
said
ahead, I
if
hear you.
he said Nature Boy said that if anything, she said if anything that's on their mind, they can call a meeting. When that ever happened? Tell me
Never.
when that ever happened. These people can't think for themselves. Nature Boy said, "I think for you guys." What is that noise? That's you on your end or
That's
mine?
my that's my
Oh, okay.
grandson. I told him don't call me between these
Oh,
hours, and
okay.
now
Well, let me
he
play the
asking
video.
me all the
No,
questions.
go ahead and talk. Let me play the video.
No, I'm not gonna talk to him. I'm finna
Oh,
X him out. Give me a second.
all
I
right.
told him don't. If I don't answer, don't. Now I
Said
told him before I
anything for
got on here.
years. Chief is in jail right now. Now everybody's going on the internet and talking about everything. But where was all of this energy when you was actually here? Why we waiting until Chief is locked up, can't talk for himself, is in a situation where he has no control of anything, and we on the internet. The internet give cowards an outlet. You see, people are from the suburbs. People are goofy. People didn't have, somebody to put them up on game. People didn't have a daddy, or they were just goofy. And that's what Chief was trying to bring us. We didn't have no guide. We was in the world lost. He given us the codes, the MODs, courage in the face of adversity. Have courage. Never bite the hand that feeds you. Anger come from hurt. Hurt come from a misunderstanding. But everybody's on here expressing hurt, expressing confusions and illusions. People did not keep the knowledge. That's why they trapped in their shadows. They trapped in illusions. But let me tell you something. This is a trend. The truth is forever. And the same lips that will kiss your ass, the same lips that will kiss your ass will curse your name. And guess what? They're going to kiss your ass again, because the truth is forever and the trend is temporary. Hear me. Stay solid no matter what, because the truth is solid.
Salutations.
That's it. It's a trend to become a victim these days. People want to discard the knowledge.
I wonder if they got a plan B. You think they have a plan B? I don't think they have no plan
No,
B.
they is waiting for him to
Hmm.
tell them to go home. I don't think they have a plan B.
I don't think they have a plan B, and most likely that's why Nature Boy is not. They didn't let him out to make bond, because they want to make sure that they break up. Dismantle that cult. And I think that they might have made set bonds
Vibration
for
of
Nature Boy
match.
if they would have all broke away from that cult. They probably would have made bond for him, because that's really what they was gonna do. I wonder if they got a plan. I wonder. We already know that Nature Boy is not gonna get out.
You remember
Not
they always
anytime
say
soon.
don't make a plan B. You always stick to your
Oh,
plan
that's what
A,
they
and that's
say.
where they're
Oh,
gonna
that's
make
what they
their
said.
mistake at.
Oh, they're gonna need some seriously counseling. Oh, they're gonna
Because
definitely need
Cookie ain't gonna
counseling.
take for them. Cookie ain't gonna take care of them grown tell women forever. They gonna have to get out and get a job.
Hmm.
So the sooner they figure that out, that ain't nobody finna be donating to them, and this, that, and the other, they gonna have to make a plan, Stan.
Well, I heard that, and I'm gonna still let you know, but I heard that they had $60,000. Huh?
He done probably spent that on them lawyers.
You think so? Because I don't think he'll have them to spend the $60,000 on
No,
themselves.
he could care less about them. He will only let them eat once a sometimes they couldn't even eat at all. And then he
Mm-mm-mm.
went to buying they stole from the thrift mart.
Hmm.
He go out there to that mall and making thinking he looking good, but making them go get some more material and making that crap they got on right now.
Hmm.
And that's that shirt that Malia got on, that's Afro shirt.
Oh, they stay wearing that shirt. That shirt with
Yeah,
love. Yeah,
they
that
take
they stay.
turns.
Yeah, they take turns wearing that shirt. That shirt comes right from out of Walmart.
I mean, I just wonder what was they getting
Then it don't
out of
suit
it.
them
I mean,
I
when
don't
was
their
it
know.
ever?
feelings. But facts
Go
over
ahead. Go
feelings,
ahead.
boo. You came into this being's life
Go
and
ahead.
said, I
I'm
wanted
listening.
to be a student.
Frida.
Yeah, I said, go ahead. I'm listening.
Frida. Oh my God, I
Yes,
probably had. Guys, can you hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Oh
I
my
can hear
God, my
you.
screen is saying exit.
I can hear
We
you,
can't
and I
wait
can
for it
see
to
them.
become responsive. Oh my God. Guys, can you hear me? Give me a
Yes,
thumbs
can
up
you
if
hear
you can
me?
hear me.
Can you hear me? Hello, D.
Mm.
Hello, can you hear me? I think we lost D, you guys. I think she'll pull it back together. We'll see. Natasha, can you hear me? Okay, great. Well, so we dropped D. So we'll give her time to get back in here and see what happens. She lost connection. So let's hopefully, but yeah, they are I'm just wondering, what did those girls get out of it? They didn't get anything out of it. What? Somebody please type in there. I don't understand what they got out of it. They were all looked like they were scared all the time. You
Yeah,
know.
I don't know what happened. I froze. You were still online,
Yes.
and I had froze. I had to get back in. So when I was putting that other video on, it just
Yeah.
froze.
I
But I'm
figured that happened, so that's why I told them she'll be back in a minute.
yes, girl, I had froze. Sorry about that. I was trying to put on that other video, the third one, because I put the third one on. Let me put this one on.
Is
Yeah,
the vibrational
Yeah, I
match.
figured.
He is the anointed one. When you
chief is
see
anointing.
fake is a snake. When you see real, it's authentic. It's always here. It's rare. It's hated because it's going to speak up
Three, three,
when no
three,
one
three.
says nothing. It's going to be honest when everyone wants to hide. Everyone here was hiding, not being authentic. But only person was talking, only person that was speaking up and was pointing out demons in the reality was the Most High Chief Elohio, the Christ that you used to say, "Yer, peace to my chiefo."
Yeah.
What happened? What happened?
What,
I
what is
wonder if she
wrong with
The
practiced
Ida?
that.
devil and hate comes when it is darkness within your mind.
I think they told Aya, you don't have to say not just your present alone to speak. Because sometimes a person don't have to say not one word, but they are the loudest ones in the room. And I guess it was all a part of their. I don't know. I don't know if they planned this or whatever, but Aya didn't say anything. She just stood there, but just her presence alone.
Well, I'm sure
I,
they don't make a move without him. He probably told them to get up there and address it, you
mhm.
know.
I wonder if they're gonna air it. You think it might get? I don't think they're gonna air it on television because he wasn't that big. The
I
only way they
think
might air it if Solar went and told them about the baby and they start digging up. You know what? You understand?
I think when it's said all said and done, and I believe that's going to happen too, though, because I believe they investigating every little thing that he did, and they don't know how big this thing is. They think it's about an hour that's going on, but
Mm,
a lot of crime took place. Although it was taken over out of in different countries and stuff. Nevertheless, this man did a lot of stuff and did a lot of harm, and I believe they are checking into all of this, and
yeah,
that they in more trouble than they know.
of
And
course. Of course, the spirit already had led me to it. All they had to do is open that door, and now that most likely Solar is inside, and you don't know what Solar gonna tell him, to get himself out. So they probably say, well, Solar, and I'm saying allegedly,
but
tell us
I
this,
can't
and Solar,
understand them.
Hmm.
I, I just cannot understand these ladies because what did they get out of it? I mean, most
That's what I want to know. What did all of them get out of it? Because they
right,
don't have nothing to show for. And that's why
right,
I would like to do an interview with them, because I just want to know where they are, their state of mind. Because Nature Boy, them, they didn't have nothing to show for.
exactly.
Nothing.
And he left them with nothing. They threw away all that money. So what? They went to Puerto Rico. They went this. They went to the fall and all
Hmm.
that. He, so what?
Oh, I
You
guess
know,
keep the knowledge, keep the knowledge. So I guess that's what he left them with, the knowledge, huh?
yeah. Somebody in here, 3,000. He came here talking about keep the knowledge. Okay, but I want to see you eat that knowledge when you get hungry, and when you
Thank
get
you.
cold, I want you to put that knowledge on top of you and keep yourself warm.
Thank you.
Okay, I
I
want you
want
to
I want to know
go
how
to
they
the
gonna
bathroom with that
survive.
knowledge. I want you to crap out that knowledge
Hmm.
because all that knowledge ain't doing nothing but get they ignorant self, making them more ignorant. Because when somebody please tell me what the knowledge is, because they say it's 5 science. I look up the
Hmm.
5 science. It's more like 9 or 10 sciences.
Hmm.
So
The
they
only
don't even
one,
know all of the sciences.
the only one really knew, and that was Velvet and True. Now, Solar know a little bit,
It
but
don't sound like none of them knew because
they
it's more
say
than five
Velvet.
science. I
Now
just looked that
Zoka
up
know a
2 or
little
3
bit
days
too.
ago.
Hmm.
It don't look like none of them knew because it's more than 5 sciences. I just looked that up like 2 or 3 days ago because I just wanted
Hmm.
to see what they're talking about with these sciences. It's more than just the sciences, the 5 sciences that they teach. It's
Hmm.
way more than that. You can Google that right now. Say what are the sciences, and you're gonna pull up 10 of them. More than that.
Hmm.
They they started pulling up so many sciences, biology and physiology and earth. That's a science. Um, the stars. That's a different one. So it's so much they
Hmm.
ain't taught nothing. That was a scam from the start, and you cannot
Natasha
eat.
say bragging rights for being able to stay to the end. Praise for Eligio. That's what I think it is. All about bragging rights. Who gonna stay to the end?
Well,
They gonna ride it till the wheels fall off.
if I thought it was a rainbow at the end, then I could see it, but I don't see nothing happening good for none of them.
I don't see anything either. I don't know how they're gonna be able to survive afterwards. Now,
Right? 'Cause he gonna lose
maybe
it. He gonna
maybe
use if they
Ephraim.
do got any money left, it's gonna be used up for lawyer fees.
Now, just say right now, just say if they decide to stay together, and who you think would be the better chief?
Well, ain't nobody left but True.
Well, if True be a chief, True might have them all starved to death because
Ain't
he
nobody
don't
gonna
believe in
respect
putting
True.
nothing in his body. So
Yeah, ain't
True.
nobody gonna respect True as no chief.
Hmm. But I did like, I'm not gonna sit there and lie, because like I say, right is right and wrong is wrong, and I'm about right. When they all was in the jungle in Puerto Rico, they did ran that cult very well. You remember when Nature Boy had left with his
Yeah, I
wives and they
remember.
came to
Yeah,
Atlanta and left them with the other women?
you're right. He
When
left them for about
Wizzy
a
and
month or two.
yeah, when Wizzy, remember all of them was there
Yeah,
and they all was
but
organized. I think
we
they
didn't
did a
see
good
what was
job
going on there though. We didn't see what was going on there.
because they was running it right. They was doing good until everybody was saying that Solar and True, they was doing good, and Nature Boy caught wind of it, and he sent Elfru down there, and she went ahead and dismantled. And after she dismantled it, Nature Boy went up there, and that was the end of that. And they all came back down to, you know, back to the states. But they was
Well,
doing the. I think True and Solar, they did a good job. When they was in that jungle. They was running it well, because that's
no,
when Nature
I don't
Boy
know
was
about
down
that
there in
because
Atlanta.
people was
Huh?
getting raped. Nine said that she was taken advantage of.
Oh
and
yeah, that
even we,
Wizzy, yeah, Wizzy and Nine was getting into it down there. Yeah, because see, Wizzy was upset because she wanted to be with Nature Boy,
right.
and Nature Boy didn't wanted her. So that's when she ended up coming back home and just going about, her own way. So,
So yeah, when the women was down there with them, they was okay with it with some of them women, but he took all the women.
do you know any cult? Sort of like what Nature Boy did, because they say he had a lot of different cults that had branched off from carbonation that is really doing good. You don't know any?
If I wouldn't call them a cult if they was, but I don't know, because until you pushed into that thing, then that's when I think you're gonna make it work. But Nature Boy could have he could have started something. He could have been,
Mhm.
because I've heard of some people, actually doing it.
The only organization that I know that survived, and that was the Nation of Islam with Louis. What's his name? Louis Farrakhan. I don't know
But
any
they but
other.
they
I don't
didn't
know
go
any
no
other that
right.
made it.
But they just built a church. They didn't. What did they do? They ain't got no island nowhere working for
Who?
themselves.
I think the Nation of Islam. They have their own farm. They have their own school. I think they're doing a lot. The Nation of Islam.
Oh, well, I haven't heard about it, or I would be
Yeah,
shocked. Yeah,
yeah,
I
they doing good. They got everything. They don't depend nothing with the government. They have their own school. Minister Louis Farrakhan say he got their own farm and all this sort of stuff. Now I know what's his name? Another one trying to get his own school, and he's very knowledgeable. But a lot of people, they have a lot of stuff to say about him. Dr. Umari, because sometimes I
yeah,
think
he
he's be
he he
pushing that 3 2. The way
he
he's
was a
be
scammer
acting.
too. He was a scammer too, and
Dr. Umar.
yeah, he got a lot of people money and stuff
hmm
too. And there might be some schools and stuff around with the Islam and stuff, but I don't know. I don't.
hmm I think we can come together. I
Oh,
definitely
we
think
we
we can
will. We
come
will come
together.
together.
And
Watch.
it's ordained. It's supposed to happen.
Right.
There's no
We
way
ain't
in the
gonna have
world
no
that we
choice.
should be in captivity the rest of our life. Now, I don't know if this generation gonna be able to cross over, because just like it was in the Old Testament when Moses was bringing them out of the wilderness, the older generation, they died out. It was only the ones that 21 on down that was able to cross over. Now, I don't know if this generation gonna be able to cross over, and
None of them
but I
crossed
know
over. He said not one of them would see the
20, 25. I
would
think it was
see the
21,
promise.
25 or 21 down was the only ones that was able to cross over with Joshua and
According
Caleb.
according to the Bible, none of them made it to the promised land.
None of them. I thought just the 21 and down made it.
Because if they was there, they in the promised land, they would still be there now. We still trying to
Mhm.
get to our
Yeah,
promised land.
yeah,
We not
yeah,
there.
yeah. That you're right. I see where you're going with it. Yeah, yeah, you're right. I see where you're going with it. 21 and
Right. We
down.
still under
But
their rule. We are still under their rule. Not for
hmm
long, but we are under their rule still.
so
But
you think we can ever come out?
their economy finna collapse, and so is they rulers and stuff, because they
hmm
they they are the evil.
hmm
So yeah, none of them made it to the promised land,
hmm
but and we gonna make it to the promised land though,
hmm
because they gonna stop ruling over us. He said he gonna take their bands and they bonds and stuff off. But
Hi, Tasha.
we gonna make it to the promised land though, because they gonna stop ruling over us. He said he gonna
What?
take their bands.
Wait, repeat. Wait, hold up, Tasha.
Hi,
Re,
Tasha.
re,
Make it to the promised
repeat.
land though. She gotta
Repeat.
tell her to turn off her TV.
Tasha, we need you to, yeah, turn down your television and repeat it again.
She
I
gotta
can't.
tell her to turn off her TV.
Yeah, turn it down your TV
Hello?
so we can hear you. Turn down your television. We still can't hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Somebody got their TV.
She have to X out the
Hello, can you hear me?
YouTube. and stay on StreamYard.
Okay. All right.
She have to act out. She have to act out
Can you hear me?
That's good. That's
That's
great.
Hey.
better.
All
Yes.
right. Peace
No.
and blessings. Hello, ladies.
Peace,
Hey.
I just want to
bless,
say,
peace
I
and
just want to
blessings.
say, this COVID pandemic should really open up our eyes as far as how much control the government has had, because so
Right.
many people, all of a sudden the government said stop working. We had to do that. All of a sudden, people can't. It's being put out their homes. Banks are foreclosing on houses and everything, and people don't have no leg to stand on.
Exactly.
And if people do come together and we as people invest in land so we can cultivate it, grow our own vegetables, fruits, and everything, and live together in harmony and peace and do that, it'll be so much better because prices are getting high, rent is increasing, the price of food is increasing. It's getting to that point, and maybe even more. What made me even realize that is that the Bible has definitely come to fruition as far as in Revelations. When I see an
Yeah.
advertisement that that an employer has made that their employees insert a chip that has their information, their employee information, all their data and everything, and now they're trying to expand that technology by making it make it by putting a chip to where it has your ID information, it has your banking information and all that stuff. You're able to buy food. You won't need no money no more. There'll be no credit cards. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Hell on earth.
It's coming
Yes.
soon.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's
Yes, it
what.
is.
That's right now. We are living in end times. The Book of Revelation talks about that, where it's
Mhm.
going to take a whole day wages just to buy wheat, which talking about bread. My husband went to the store today, and he said just a small pack of chicken. He said chicken wings was like $25. Things
Yes.
is
Oh my
all
goodness. Yes.
yes,
Oh
twenty
my
five
goodness.
dollars.
Milk
Yes,
is $5. I
yes,
yeah, I dread going to the store because I already know I'm going to spend $100.
Wow.
I'm only going to bring out three
yes.
bags of groceries.
Yes, but we living in the end times. We looking in the book of Revelation right now, where it says it's gonna take a whole day wages. That means just to buy a loaf of bread. Do you hear what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Exactly.
That's
Bread is $3 now.
yes, yes,
That's why you gotta start growing your stuff. You gotta start. You gotta start doing it.
Yep.
yeah. But to see,
People better
we
start detoxing their bodies
yes,
from uh, all these man-made foods
Different
that they
medicines.
got us
That's
hooked
right.
to, fast
That's
food
yes,
right.
and everything because we ain't gonna be able to get that.
yep.
Who is that talking? D, who is that talking?
That's Tasha.
You absolutely right. You absolutely right, Tasha.
Hmm.
Mhm. And they say something about the cows and all that was dying out because of heat, but the most high God showed me it wasn't just of heat. It's because all those chemicals that they've been injecting into those animals, and we eating all that stuff and wondering why you
We're getting
see
sick.
young kids, they sitting there becoming young ladies so at a young age, and
Right.
young boys having breasts and all. They experimenting on us, and
Yeah.
somebody
Exactly.
somebody must have exposed them, and that's why the most, because like I told you, when it comes to stuff like this, God shows me things like this. Something had happened where they exposed them, and now that's why they have to destroy all the crops. Look at the baby milk, all the infant, the milk and all that stuff. They had to take all that out of the shelves because
Mhm.
they was tampering with stuff,
Right.
because they want to prove that what they're trying to do is they want to prove that all this stuff that is not of God, which you guys know what I'm talking about, that is natural. So if they can inject all those chemicals in our body and our children come out whatever how they want it to come out, then they're gonna say, oh, that's birth. But that's a lie. You know
Mhm.
what it is? That's no experiment.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's why we have to go back to the old days when you remember,
Right.
because I'm from the deep south. My grandmother, they had their own vegetables, they
Mhm.
had their own gardens, they had their own chickens, everything they used to do. They didn't go in the
Right,
stores and purchase all this stuff injected with all these different chemicals and
right.
all that stuff.
And
But
why
you
you
It's
see,
think
this
it's
last, yeah, it's
mhm,
this generation right before us that went and got all these good jobs and stuff and didn't teach us nothing. You know, I mean, we don't know how to grow nothing. That's why they came and got some of us from West Africa because we knew how to till them. We was one with the land, and we
yeah,
could
we
grow
mhm.
taught
some stuff.
we taught them how to grow corn. You know what I'm saying? Our
We
ancestors
taught
taught them
them
how to grow
everything.
corn. The pilgrims, yeah. They went there, they died off because they didn't know how to work the land. Indians
Mhm.
taught them how to grow corn and everything. So it's like,
We taught them how to do everything, but it's time for us to start doing for ourselves. I mean,
I agree.
this young generation don't want to cook anymore. All
They
they
didn't
want
learn
everything
nothing.
so nothing. All they want is fast food and wondering why these kids sitting there and you know it's just turning into freaks, zombies.
They
So much
like
stuff
Burger
is
King. They
happening.
want it their way, and they want it now.
Yeah, they found out all about what you call it, McDonald's, all that stuff they was feeding those kids.
Yeah, they said you don't even want to know what's in some of McDonald's food, grind up food.
Mhm. And they're wondering why the shelves and all this stuff is empty. It's empty because they are being exposed. You thinking that it's just a food shortage? No, it's not a food shortage. They found out even though this guy had talked about the water. He said, if we want to get you guys, we can get you through your water. You don't
Mm-hmm.
know what they're doing with the water system. Everything is just that's why everything that you have now, you have to pray over it.
Putting that fluoride and stuff in
Yeah,
our in chemicals and feminizing our men and stuff, just doing horrible, dirty things they are. They've been experimenting on us for a long, long time.
but we living in end times. And it's time for us to get up because see, we depend on them. We are comfortable. We are so complacent, like I was saying,
Right.
until we say enough is enough.
And
Right.
that's why a lot of them gonna end up at them FEMA camps too.
Girl, I live across the track and I was bringing my son to
Give me
school
a kiss.
and nothing but the pods. I was wondering what the train had nothing but the pods. I Googled that, found out those pods was coffins. And one of this he's a wrestler called Jesse. I forgot what his name was. He went and
Right.
exposed one of them FEMA
Just to the
camps.
body Ventura,
Yes, yes,
California.
yes. He exposed one of them FEMA camps, and he was sitting there saying what they was going to do is something is about to happen. They've been was preparing for this. We just catching on to it right now. And that's why I was telling them when all that stuff was happening with the storms, because they quick to sit there and blame all this stuff. I say, make sure you check on your loved ones because they putting them on them airplanes and sending them somewhere. You don't know where they sending these people.
Exactly.
Because
Back
see,
back in back
they thinking that this is the end right here. They trying to sit there and build up in Mars, trying to go up, in another planet, and because they done destroyed down here.
right. They already done simulated they own little planet and stuff with the same thing that's up down here. Is they done simulated and got whole other um beings and stuff on different planets and different stuff. If it got out of hand, he has to step in now.
Mhm.
Yep.
There's a lot of stuff that's going on,
I
and
mean, you
that's
notice that it's a lot of these people being exposed. It's a pastor that had married a 63-year-old pastor marrying an 18-year-old girl. That's been
mhm,
Mm,
exposed. R. Kelly been doing his dirt for years now exposed. All these people that's in high power positions have been exposed. So it's
mhm.
like
right. It's
so I
time.
I peeped that out. And then secondly, the world has become so desensitized to some of this stuff. They're like, as long as it don't affect me, I don't care what's going on.
Mhm.
They're desensitized to everything. So I'm like,
Right.
these kids nowadays, they have these video games that is very grotesque, shooting. They
Didn't I
don't
talk
Right.
about that? I
go
talked
out
about
and
that
shoot somebody
yesterday.
'cause they don't. It's no problem for them to go out and shoot somebody. They're desensitized from it.
Mhm. We talked
So
I
about that
told my
yesterday.
boys, I said, I asked my boys. I said, Do y'all know that? Do you know that these kids are playing auto theft? And this was about 2 or 3 years ago. I said, no way in the world should they be 10, 11, 12 playing auto theft where they just grabbing you out of your cars, killing you, taking your cars, all that. It was just so much. I said, no. I said, but they their kids. I can't tell them,
But all that can
what
get,
they
all that can get within the spirit, and that's when they want to have a choice. They'll decide to do it because it's already within gotten into their spirit to do it. So
Yeah.
you gotta be mindful of what your kids watch, what they doing, who they hang with, everything. We got it's just ridiculous.
And that's what my son he was telling me. He said, Mom, you would be surprised all this stuff that's going on just through those video games. And that's why I told my daughter, I say, you have to watch what your son is watching on those. She want to sit there and have him to play the video games even when it's time to eat before he go to bed. And I say,
right.
are you watching and seeing what's going on?
That's
This
their
stuff is
babysitter.
getting all
That
into
that
their little minds. That's what's teaching those kids to go out
right.
there and do what they do.
Exactly. That and the parents, they long as they quiet and they safe in the
But
house, they figure they okay, but those games come with a price.
and it actually said in there, really, it's spirits is controlling them. Because my son
Yep.
told me about that. He said them games, some of them games he be playing, it's like those spirits are controlling them. It's just like it taking over their bodies.
It is. Yep. They be in a trance.
Hmm.
They can sit there and do that for 8, 9 hours straight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why
Yeah.
I say we living in end times right now, and it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse.
I guess people want my 5 cent on it.
It's going to get worse because this the first time we ever heard. It's going to get worse when the church is going to close down. So that's right now. Judgment is falling, and
Uh-huh.
God already showed that to me in a dream. We are living right now in the last days. And that's why God told me, it's time for us to get rapture ready.
Uh-huh.
He showed me in a dream. Girl, I was laying in the bed and I think I told you that, Frida. I was holding on my husband's pillow so tight, actually just pulling on him, but I was in a dream. I
Mm.
saw girl, it was like a street. We was all on one street, piles of people. I mean, people that I didn't even know. And I was on the side of this girl. We was going to a big building. I don't know where it was. And all of a sudden, I saw people running, and I was looking, and I sat there and I say, you saw those people on the side of me? And this girl say, no. And all of a sudden I look in the sky and I saw people was all in the trees, people was floating. And right there, God was showing it's time for us to get rapture ready. And then I saw a fence. I grabbed a hold of that fence because my feet was coming off the ground. And that's why I say God deals with us with dreams and two. My feet
Right.
was coming off the ground. And right there, God was saying, when I say, God, what that mean? He said, it's straddling the fence. You heard of that before, right? When you
Yeah.
straddle the fence.
Yeah.
Yes.
And soon the minute I just start praying, my feet came down, and I was able to run towards where the crowd. So I saw everybody jump over the fence. And so I jumped over the fence too. So it was a house that was so familiar. And I knew this guy. He was a real black man. I knew who he was. I'm not going to mention his name because I got friends watching my lives too. And he said, come in the house, because everybody, he said, it's like it was a safe haven. So I was about to go in the house, but I saw people running out the house. So when they ran out the house, I ran out the house too. And so I saw them jumping over the fence. So I tried to jump back over the fence, but I wasn't in good shape. You understand? I
Yeah.
wasn't in good shape. And that's what God was telling us too. We got to get our body right. You understand? Because you never know. He want us to
Right.
prosper, but we also have to be in good health as well, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And what he was telling me, it's time for me to sit there and start, getting my body right, start eating right, because I couldn't cross over that fence. So finally I was able to cross over that fence, but when I was running, I saw a stop sign, so I was running towards that way, but I saw like a yellow tractor a yellow tractor. It was like it came across that curve, was scooping up bodies. You hear me? Scooping up bodies. And that's when I
Oh,
grabbed to, yes, yes. I grabbed my husband's pillow, and he kept saying, "Why you keep pulling the pillow?" And I woke up. So the next day, remember I was telling you that God deals me with dreams and my mom, right?
yes.
So the next day I called my mom, and I was telling her about the dream, and I say how I saw bodies and people was just floating up. Some was just floating up, and some just stayed there, was just dead. And she was saying that right there, that was God was preparing you for rapture ready. It's time for us to be rapture ready. And that's when he took me in the book of Second Thessalonians, and you know that's about the rapture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
God,
I'm not
and
sure. What's the scripture? I'm not sure.
it's second Tess. Hold on, let me see. It's Second Thessalonians, and that's what God was telling me to minister to these people, because God is here. The only thing that the reason why you may not see the effect, because He's giving us a chance right now to get it right. You understand?
Right.
He's giving us a chance to get it right, but He's here, and He was telling me to tell the people it's time for us to get rapture ready. It's because He's coming, and we cannot get ready. We have to be ready, because one thing about a thief is not going to warn you and tell you he's coming and breaking your house, right?
Right.
Right.
A thief is just going to what? He's just going to break in, right?
He
Right.
come like a thief. He come like a thief in the
Thank you.
night. You don't
And
know.
that's, yes. And that's what he's telling us. It's time for us to get rapture ready.
That's right. What time we getting off of here tonight, D?
Oh, we usually get off at 10 o'clock. I didn't know it was 10.
It's up to you. You can keep going if the
Yeah,
if
go
the
ahead. Y'all
spirit.
talk. I'm trying to find a scripture here. It's in
Okay.
Thessalonia. But yes, we are living in end times right now, you know?
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's no
And
such thing.
you can really tell when they're trying to press gender. People are just wanting to change it, identify as what they want to identify, and everything. Everything's
Right.
so backwards. I'm like, when I
Right.
said never in my life growing up
Right.
had to deal with something like this. Either you was a male or a female, either you was
Right.
gay or straight, and I ain't learned
Exactly.
about that until later on. Probably in sixth grade about that.
Exactly.
But now growing up,
Evil.
it's so much extra
Evil.
stuff as far as.
Yeah. Evil is at an all-time high. It's just bad.
But
Mm-hmm.
that's got to take place in order for the Bible to be fulfilled. You see, the Bible says that God is going to turn them over to a reprobated mind.
Mm-hmm.
And what that means, that we're going to fall so far from what is natural, where we're going to be we're going to be lovers of ourselves, mean we're going to be loving each other, one, the same sex. You understand?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So all that stuff have to take place in order for the end times to come. God told us that those days was going to come. All what you seen is He's turning them over to a reprobated mind, where all this stuff is like the natural now. It's like the norm now.
Right, and
Right.
that's scary because I'm like this. How are they able to normalize this stuff and then to change society to suit them? You know,
Because
yeah.
the reason why is because we are living in the last days. He said these days are going to be worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. He said we are living in the last days, and
Yes.
it's going to be worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. And the thing about it is, I hate to say it, guys, but they use President Obama to unlock the key, to unlock that door, because that door was sealed. After Lot came out, the Most High God has sealed that door. It
Mm-hmm.
was sealed. But they used our president to unlock the door. And that's why it says it's going to be worse than the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. And see, we don't want to hear that, but it's true, guys. I'm telling you.
Yeah. It's true. It's finna get bad, and it's gonna get bad
It's going to
quick.
get worse.
It's bad now, but all of a sudden, it's just like the light gonna flick on, and this is y'all. And you just gonna start seeing all this evil and all this shortage and different stuff, and then after a while, when you can't get no food, They're gonna work y'all 8 to 10 hours just so y'all can get a meal. Come to the FEMA camps, get y'all a little meal. Y'all gonna work. They're not gonna just give it to y'all. Y'all gonna have to go and rebuild or whatever if y'all aren't able to feed yourself and those kids, and that's when y'all gonna get chipped because they gonna have to keep up with y'all.
Girl, who I saw that this stuff been was going on, those FEMA camps and stuff. I saw that. I saw that. I saw all those camps with those little pods. You know them little pods. It was like those little pods. I saw all that.
Oh.
All of them, they done made these makeshift um um caskets and stuff. They got them stacked up. And then what do y'all think about the Georgia um them what do you call them? They blew them up. The Georgia guy stone.
The what?
The Georgia guy stone. You don't know about that thing in Georgia. Some part of Georgia got these big old tall things, big old slabs, like tons of slabs, and they got written on them in English, Swahili, Russia, Spanish. You know that only when the end time come that they're gonna um, exterminate everybody except for 500 million people. I'm surprised y'all haven't heard of those guy stones in
I
Georgia.
haven't heard of it.
Me
Well,
either. I
somebody
didn't.
blew them up about 3 or 4 days ago. Somebody blew up that, so they had to take it down. Yeah, you can Google that Georgia guy stuff. But
Georgia.
uh, they think
Yeah.
that they had
In
help with that.
Georgia? In Georgia? Which
Yes,
part
the
of Georgia?
Georgia guy. Yeah, look up
Where Stone
Georgia
was,
stones. They just blew it up, and I mean they caught it on tape. It being blowing up. Because I thought maybe the Most High did it because they said it's gonna be 500 million people here on the earth. They got a list of stuff that's gonna supposed to have been happening.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody blew it up about 3 days ago, and
Mm-hmm.
it took some strong bomb to blow that thing up. And so they made it if they made it so that it might fall, so they had to take all of them. It was about 5 of them, and you can look through the holes of them, and you can see like the constellations and stuff. So it has something to do with that same crap, that star seed crap.
Mm. Look at this right here. First Thessalonians 16 and 17. It says, "For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the
Mhm.
voice of the archangel, and with the trump of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first." And 17 says, "Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the cloud to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord." See, right there, that's Rapture telling us right now to get Rapture ready.
Mhm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was supposed to be the new world order. You're right. Jess.
Mm-hmm.
That guy Stone was gonna tell you how it was gonna be in the and somebody blew it up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if
And
you
God
Google,
already, and God also showed me not only just the internet is the mark of the beast, because, and you want me to tell you what else is the mark of the beast? And to them know it. Like I said, they say these people got a form of godliness, but they deny the power thereof.
denying the power
Do
thereof.
you
Right.
know? Do you all know what the mark of the beast is?
What?
What you think the mark of the beast is?
The chip.
That's part of
No,
it.
not necessarily. No, no. I'm not gonna say what I think it is because it
I'm
might.
finna go.
You
Hmm.
go ahead and you go ahead and you say yours because I'm not gonna say what I think it is.
The mark of the beast is the chip. That's a debit card. You heard me?
Yeah.
It's money. Everything that they gonna need to know is gonna be on your card. And that's the mark of the beast right there, that debit card. When he said that, say on your forehead, it's talking about that chip. That chip that you carrying right now in your hand, as that card later on, you're not gonna need that card no more. They trying to
Right.
put that chip right in your
Inside.
body now.
Mhm.
That's the mark of the beast.
That's how I was
And
just mentioning not so long ago about me seeing that they have actually developed it and some employees have inserted into their workers and everything, and then they're trying to expand it out to be used for other things where you can buy your groceries with it. And
Yes.
we already have a card with the chip on it that we just swipe and buy groceries with it anyway.
But now
But
it's gonna be
you see,
they
the
trying
bank
to put
has
it in your
different
body now.
card. I had got my last card I got, it had a chip on it. Usually I just get a regular card, but the ones the new ones, they have a chip on it. They don't even ask you if you want a chip, they just sent it out. I haven't even used that card. But it's the same concept, except for they're going to get rid of cash. They're going to get rid of debit cards, and they're going to actually insert it into your body because you'll be able to just have all your information right there. You just put your hand up, and it can scan it, and it'll be right there. So yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's money because that's the only thing that can make a person do anything, and it's gonna be in your body.
Mhm.
You don't even have to worry about carrying it in your purse because it's gonna be in your body, and that's when you're gonna see the Most High God. That's when the day of judgment.
Uh,
That's when you're gonna see the rapture.
and it's what I mean. Think about it. What do you think the bitcoins and all that stuff is coming from? Everything's over the internet. So
Yes,
yeah.
that's it. So pretty much we all took the mark of the beast. But like I say, what could we, but the thing about it, that's why the Bible says God does not want us to be a lover of money because money is the root of all evil.
Mhm.
So he's letting you know what it is. It's money. Because money is the only one will make you lose your soul behind. Money will sit there and make you go rob a bank. Money will sit there and make you sell your children. Money will have you on the street corners.
Mhm.
That's why they say, don't be a lover of money. That is the mark of the beast. You can look at the dollar and you see the Illuminati right there on the dollar. And we all took the mark of the beast. So I asked God, I said, well, how can we do it out of it? I said, because we need money to buy food and all this other stuff. He said, just don't be a lover of it. Don't glorify it. Don't let money become your God.
Right.
Yes, the love of money. You don't glorify it. You don't glorify it.
And how they do that is through celebrities. And everybody wants a big car.
Yes, everybody wants the big cars.
Jordans and Chanel and what's it, Michael Kors and everything.
Yes.
All of that crap.
Look at Portia on was on Real Housewives of Atlanta. How people, they think that just because they have the big cars and they have the big house that they bless. Don't you know the devil can bless you too?
Mhm.
The devil can bless you as well. I never knew that you can build a solid foundation on material possession. That's like building a house on sinking sand. You cannot build a solid foundation off of material possession.
Mhm. Because what is the point of buying a $1 million mansion
And
and and and not be able to and for show? I mean, they want to show they have money, so they just showing off they have money, and they buying all this
Mhm,
stuff and not able to keep it up and
mhm.
losing it anyway.
And that's why the Bible says that's why the Bible say don't let the love of money, don't let it consume you. Don't let it take over you. Don't let it become your God. Because every person that they sold their soul off of money. Not money. It's not money. It's the love of money. Just
Yeah.
like Queenie said, it's the love of money. It's the but the love of money is the only thing that will make you lose your soul behind. So, guys, on that note, I enjoyed myself. I see you guys back at 7:30, and all the ones that came a part of the live. Thank you guys. But I really enjoyed myself. But we're gonna go ahead and we can talk about this tomorrow because it's time for us to put all this foolish stuff aside because it's serious and it's real.
Yeah.
This is real. We talking about real stuff. All this foolish and stuff that we see right now is only a distraction, only to
Yeah.
keep us for what's really going on out there. That's why
Right.
we have to sit there and be watchful, faithful, and prayerful because you never know. You never know when he's going to come because, like I say, when he comes, he's going to come like a thief in the night. So it's best for us not to get ready. It's for us to be
Be
ready.
ready.
Because
Exactly.
when he comes, he's gonna come. And we don't want to be like the you remember the 10 virgins, 5 was foolish and the other ones was wise, right?
Right, but they got the oil. 5 got
Yeah,
the oil. The other one
don't
didn't.
never
Yeah.
let your oil run out, because it's gonna be a time where somebody gonna say, well, look, can I borrow some of your oil? And it's not that you being selfish, it's just that woman tell you so. We knew that day was coming.
Right.
We knew that day was coming. So on
You've
that
been
note,
warned.
we was warned, and it's gonna be a time nobody's gonna share with nobody. Nobody, they ain't gonna share with nobody. So make sure your oil don't run out. Amen. So
Right.
guys, look, with all that being said, bless you guys, and you all have a good night. Okay.
All
And
right.
All right.
blessings. Good
God
night.
All
bless.
right. Talk to you guys soon.
All right. Love you
Bye
guys.
bye.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.